Bless up, bless
Good.
up, bless up. What's
Morning
popping,
or
guys?
afternoon? 1 o'clock. Early one.
Yeah.
Afternoon.
Barnes, all the Sunday
Check-in
dinner
time, you know.
stay. All the Sunday dinner
Yeah, right
stay.
now, man. Right now, I couldn't even lift up a pot, the brother, with my pain up, brother, because policy would mash me up, bro. So right now,
Brother,
I'm just
us
chilling.
lad.
Like the
Really?
first time running in from urban nights days. Mine, you know, youth. Because
At
someone
first,
supposed
me I
to be
run
See?
so,
close to, you know.
at
Because
first, me I run so free, brother.
I see some
Yeah,
pictures
First,
man.
me I
and
run so.
videos where when I run go wreck ship and man all a stamping a man back and all of them things
Back.
I do push up, you know. So I know.
But
Yeah,
again,
man.
look,
That's how it go,
good
man.
afternoon, fans and all the people who are viewing, checking on the interview. But
Right
we
now.
Willie, Mr. Willie Landon, today we have two interested guests. And Flimos know, you know?
May I
So,
tell you, bro. I
it's
think
going to
this
be,
one's gonna be epic. I
yeah,
swear, this one's going
yeah,
to be epic. Is
Yo,
it?
yeah.
yeah, man, I two killer them from back in a few days. You
Is
get me,
it?
I say?
Is it?
Yeah,
We
man.
not that. We not that old. We not that old though. We not
The
that
millennials.
old. But
It's a lesson for the millennials then, you understand?
is it?
I probably say, yeah, we could have still see the golden age of basketball.
But definitely.
Definitely.
And it's not that alone, you know,
Definitely.
Willie. But it's not that alone, you know. If the younger folks them are check in, them are go
Yeah, man.
understand say yo, see
Man.
this that this are the basketball we used to talk about. And
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
is it.
man.
man.
This
Yeah,
is where
man.
it should
O'Neal
be.
Morgan.
All
Mr. Morgan, big
Bless
up
up, bless
yourself.
up.
Big up O'Neal. Rohan, they are ready. Yeah, man.
COVID blocks.
Ian,
Shadow
Rohan, they
God.
are ready.
COVID blocks.
Yeah, man.
Ian. You
What?
see me?
Naira and
But
Debo.
what?
Yeah,
The
man.
man them ready. Look at the man them ready for that one, man. I first we see so much man online already.
Man, my running, man.
You
Man.
see? But
But
they don't know. Hold on the ball.
what going for the day? Make us see what going for the day there.
Only political thing I go on for the day. You don't know. After the interview, go check in for Grand Spen and see what I go and see how the ball game go. Is it? No, I'm feeling about something still, but me and you work out that how we done. You see me?
Yeah.
So
Now,
we just there ready to deal with this
Dress
event.
up,
Come, we can't
dress
even
up
say.
Owen Hall, one college.
I tell you.
yeah, man. I answer,
Okay.
man. Andre Murray, they are ready too. You see me? It's gonna. Yeah, man. Andre, they are.
Big up.
So,
Yeah, man. That
without no further ado, let's bring on Rohan Cruz and the villain, Ratty Leon Chung. Man, I'm deal with.
Pleasant afternoon, gentlemen. Pleasant afternoon. And
big
again,
up, big up, big up.
Yeah, man, you're there, you know.
thank you for inviting us to the show.
Yeah, man.
And
Respect
thanking
the interview crew for yeah.
Reach out.
the people who have tuned in. But today we are going to make the program very exciting because I'm going to answer the questions that everybody is avoiding to answer on the program. So I'm happy to see so many persons have checked in from early, but we're going to keep it real today. So viewers, please tell all your basketball friends, non-basketball friends, friends who have any association with basketball, that today's program is going to be turned up. So come out and listen up and hear this one loud and clear.
Choose it or lose
Yeah,
it.
see, I'm
Yeah,
on
Lose it.
yeah.
It was no Kingston 20. You see me?
So, yo,
Yo,
we are get the chat running, isn't it? So, we started Ratty. We started Leon Chung. Sorry, Leon, the villain Chung. The black Chinese, isn't it? Tell us about yourself and you
Wow, go on.
start playing basketball.
Uh, well, me actually started playing basketball when I didn't even know that basketball was a popular sport in Jamaica. Like at the time in the 90s when we started playing. I mean, and you know, in terms of create fun light posts and that had the maker for me. That's how me start from out the road. And I mean car I drive past I have to stop for a second before Like never get the good life like some of them young youth. You get what I say? Where them have the advantage to go out and court and go play early out and learn how to play properly. Never have no camp, none of them things there. So my development started from straight up. But the only aspect of me learning was that I go to the States here and there every summer. So my development kind of, wishy-washy in a way. So
Alright.
I guess that's how
Okay,
me
cool.
come from
So
in
you
terms
never,
of the learning process.
so Leon, so you never play high school or nothing.
Yeah, when I started playing high school basketball, as I say, the popularity for the sport, it never really get to what it is now. And it have so much more work to be done right now. But back then it did even more poor. Like we used to play Saturday on Saturdays. Like games used to play on a Saturday. You play during the week and on a Saturday you still play more game. So that for sure you say the development is different them time. You don't really get to rest as much. Because back them time the match I hurry up and make a B league finish out quickly. You know what I say? So I play against who I say have names or who are the big basketballers or who carry weight, all of that. But the failure for mention Ratty always come around. And I want to know why. Just like what Cruiser say, like he want understand a lot of things with basketball, right? But as I say, high school basketball never really popular. I started making a name for myself when I went to Division 2 and Division 1 and the NBA. That's where my name started to carry weight.
So school Ratty used to go.
I went to St. George's College. That's my alma
Okay,
mater.
cool.
That's where I went.
What area are you
I
from,
was
Mr.
coached by
Chung?
Bully
Okay.
at the time.
What area are you from, Mr. Chung?
My area is between my
No, area,
my
area.
area. You have to speak up.
What area are you from?
Oh, Kingston 16 down
Uh,
there.
did you see basketball as a way out when growing up in your area?
Uh it was either at the time it was either football or badness. To be honest with you, you get where you see. You know what I mean? So as I say, I grew up in
I'm not sure what's going on. I guess we lose connection a little bit
Some
with
technical
Ratty.
different, yeah.
Yeah, so
Some technical
well,
differences, but all
well
right.
just
So
run
we
go
go to
across
Rohan
to
Cruz
Cruiser.
in the meantime.
Mr.
Cruiser,
Rohan Cruz,
I know freeze
talk
Run
to us.
Crew is up.
No, my camera freeze up. My camera freeze up.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
oh, oh.
Let us
Rohan,
know.
so tell us about you
you can hear me?
and where you're from. You're Ratty. Do a second though. Tell us you where you're
Okay, go
from
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
and how you start to play the game of basketball.
You can follow them.
All right. My story is a bit different from Ratty's story. I am from a basketball sports. I'm from a sports family. So my aunt played national netball. My mother played volleyball. My uncles played football. My father played football. So I was from a sports family. So as early as 7, I was sent to a camp at Holy Childhood High School that was held by Mr. Allen. And Mr. Allen at the time was the swim coach. But Mr. Allen ran a summer camp where he taught all different sports. And that's where I got into sports first. So I could play, at age 11, I could play basketball, football, tennis, hockey, track and field. Any sport you taught that was played in Jamaica, I was able to play that sport. Now, my time of basketball, there wasn't the primary school league as yet. So there was no primary school league, no prep school league. League started at under 14. But in my community, Moline Score, Kingston 10, yeah, there were a lot of, I live in a housing scheme. And in my housing scheme, there were, everybody went to a different school in my housing scheme. So you had Stephen who went to Arden, you had Dwayne who went to Calabar, you had Jay who went to Campion, you had Theon who went to Campion, you had me who went to JC, you had the O'Connors, Quinn and Shane who went to Calabar. So in my little scheme, we had so many different schools in my little scheme. And we'd play football on a Sunday evening regularly. But one of the things I recognized was in football, I was average like everybody else. So everybody else at the same level of skill in football, and we're all playing football, we're all footballers. And we wanted to be the next Ronaldo, or the next Ronaldinho, or the next Roberto Carlos. So we were all football at a younger age. But in my scheme, there was this lady, Miss Williams, who had a tree outside of her house. And somehow I went in the community and I found a netball hoop. And I put the netball hoop along the branch of the tree at my height. So at age 9 or 10, I'll be playing on this grass field with a netball hoop, shooting in the hoop, dunking on the hoop, pretending to be at that time the next Muggsy Bogues. Because my entire career up until UE, I was 5'2", 5'3". Yeah. Now in my scheme, basketball became a very competitive sport because we had people in the scheme like Jason James, Shane O'Connor, and I said we end up building a hoop at the top of my scheme. And my scheme became one of those spots that you came to play on a Sunday in the corporate area. So the main spots were Malines Court, Calvary, Hewenden, Glendale, Mar Valley. At one point, it was Prembocall towards the latter point, but that was the main core of how I was introduced to basketball. So as again, because I was a student of the sport, I got the chance to see the era that Michael Jackson, the Ratties, I got to see all of those people play, the Owen Hall, the Nicoy Campbell, the Obinos, the Elmos. So I was one of those younger kids watching all these big name players, Mugabe, all these people, Fernando Young, as a young youth. Yeah. And I said to myself, the day is gonna come when I want to compete against these guys on the highest level. So let me start preparing myself from now. So that was my introduction into basketball, where a key player at the time in basketball was a guy called Jason James who lived in my scheme. So when we saw the games playing at the top of the scheme, I'd go very early. So the games would start at 3:30. I'll go, when church finished, I'll go as early as 1:30. And I was there shooting. And Miss Campbell always complained, say, Rohan, go home, it's not time to play basketball. The basketball starts at 4 o'clock, 3:30. But getting the opportunity to have a proper hoop and a proper half court, that was my introduction and my training and my coaching into basketball. Then we go into JC and then we take it up from there. But that is my introduction as early as 7 or 8. So I was not like a Michael Jackson, who I heard in the interview, who started to bounce a basketball, and in 2 months he became the best thing in Meadowbrook. I didn't experience that at all. It took me at least 8 years before I could master bouncing the ball in my left hand and dribbling properly with my left hand. So I remember even when I was 11 or 12, I was in first form at JC, and I had to call up these people because these people were doing some good things in basketball then. So I was 12, and we were playing national under 12 or national under 13, and we were preparing for a competition to go to the Cayman Islands. And at the time, Alfred Miki, Marlon Nati, these are the persons who you see on the ground on a regular basis. Never forget it. And Spidey was a coach. Spidey from Arden was a coach. And we picked the players. Players were mainly from JC Arden and a few other players from Calabar, a few other players from Woolworths. Because there were 4 main players in basketball, 5 main players in basketball for all of my life. There was Georges, Arden, JC, Calabar, and Woolmarts. Yeah, those were the 5 giants in basketball during my time. And when we went to Cayman Islands, I'll never forget it. The coach of the Cayman Islands team started to double team us. Now, the first time we were seeing double team at that age, and they started to double team us. And I found that we were turning over the ball a lot. But then the coach kept on saying, send them to the left, send them to the left. Them can't dribble with their left hand. Now, at that time, I was one of the few players on the team who could use my both hands equally. So I was like, send them to the left, send them to the left. And from that day, I came back to Jamaica and I was a part of the little leadership team on my team where I was captain for most of the teams. And I told all my players, told all my coaches, let us develop our left hand because this is what is required at the next level. So a part of my journey is I had a lot of run-ins with the administrators of basketball in Jamaica because based on my exposure from a very early age and based on the fact I could travel and I could go overseas and I went to all these overseas camps, I saw things differently than they were happening in Jamaica. And I was very expressive as a young man, speaking probably sometimes out of turn, speaking sometimes truth, speaking sometimes in a way where people won't appreciate the truth. But yeah, so I spoke the truth and I spoke it as it was. And I come today again to speak it as it was. Yeah. So that's where I'm starting out my introduction with.
Mr. Cruz, what separates you from all the other guards as elite guard? Was it your speed, your basketball IQ, your demeanor on the court? What was it?
I think one of the things that separated me from the majority of the guards in Jamaica, because I think one of the biggest lacking thing in Jamaica, and I would say today, it's not coaching. Coaching is not lacking in Jamaica. So I heard some interviews that say coaching is lacking. Coaching is not lacking. What is lacking is specification in coaching. So in Jamaica, you'll have the majority of the coaches are very good at developing wing players, big men, and centers. Not many coaches in Jamaica were specialized to develop point guards and shooting guards. That's why to this date, the number of persons who are getting these opportunities to go overseas are not point guards and are not shooting guards. They are wings and specifically big men above 6'8", 6'9", 6'5", that type of size players are getting the opportunities on a regular basis. Now, what separated me, Flimsy, was I was a student of the game. So outside of playing basketball and training and those long nights, working on the skills, I was a student. So I read a lot of books. I read a lot of plays. I read stuff. So one of the difference was academically, I was into basketball to the point where I would spend Sundays to read the newspaper just to see what was the next highlight, what was the next thing, what was happening. So I'd also go online and I look at the different plays that Duke would run, the different plays that North Carolina would run. I look at these different things and I compare how does these things apply in my game now, what I'm playing now, at the level I'm playing now. So when people say, oh, Cruiser had court vision, I think the reason why people classify it as court vision was when I was playing, especially at a junior age, I knew exactly, Flimsy, what your role was and how you were supposed to be in the offense. I knew what my role was. I knew what the shooting guard role was. I knew where the three was supposed to be. I knew what time you were supposed to cut. I knew each and every individual person, what they were supposed to do so that I could execute. So people would say, oh, Cruiser have good court vision or Cruiser have good. No, I don't think I had any greater court vision than anybody else. But what I had was my best skill and the anticipation of the game and the feel of the game. So I would know what you would do before you do it because I'll study what you do. So that was one of my major advantage in the sport. Now, outside of that, in terms of skill-wise, I was a really good passer, really good dribbler of the ball, but most importantly, I knew how to run a team. I knew how to get the 12th man on the bench involved in the team. So one of the things I always believed in is I was never a star-studied type of player who wanted to play amongst the stars. I wanted to play amongst the normal persons and beat the stars. So for me, this was where the excitement came in when I was playing against even Barnes, who was my teammate when Barnes was playing for Tivoli and I was playing for Panthers or playing for Urban Knights or playing for Braves. So that was one of the things that excited me when I was going up against the big name players. So I wanted piece of shooting. I wanted piece of Michael Clark. I wanted piece of my own teammate Omar Barnes. Because if you're not competing against the best people, you won't sharpen your skills. So that was one of the things that I would say, Flimsy, that my skill was a combination of everything. Now, I wasn't athletically gifted, so I couldn't jump and dunk like Ratty. I wasn't fast. I wasn't fast like the fastest person, but I wasn't slow to the point where I couldn't keep up. But one of the things I know is that when it came on to other aspects of the sport, instead of scoring the ball in the hoop or shooting a three-pointer, those were the things that I mastered, which was passing the ball, pinpoint passing to people in position so that they can score based on their ability.
Okay.
Good answer. My sister, we
hold
have
on there, Willie.
some comments, you know, like Tanu said Cruz mouth separated him, you see me? So chattings, then Mr. Gary asked a question, Cruiser. Why you talk so much on the court, bossy?
All right.
Was it that strategy to break the opponent's confidence? So let us know.
Let me tell you how that worked now, Willie. When I was a younger person, as I said, I was small. As a teenager, I was about 5'2", right? And coming in the sport of basketball, you're playing against these giants at my age were at least 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", as early as first form, as early as 11, 12. And one of the things I had to go against was from I was a little boy, the stigma was attached to me that because I'm small, because I'm undersized, basketball is not the sport for me. So because of that stigma, I had to come into the National Stadium with an announcement that welcome Rohan Cruz, and you're going to pay attention because not because of my size I can't compete, but because of my will and my skill and the time that I put into it outside the court. So like, for example, when I was under 14, I can remember one of my good friends, Trevor, always said, you would hear Cruiser on the court before you actually see him. Because I had to remind people that you're experiencing greatness when you come to watch Rohan Cruz, especially at the junior level. So I had to remind people, Willie, I had to tell people repeatedly, don't put me aside because of my size, because I have the skill and the ability and the knowledge to keep up with the guys who were 6'7", 6'5". So I had to make an announcement each time on the court because I was put in a box of small people, and small people can't play amongst the giants.
Yeah, but Cruiser, what may I say is, all when I know no giants you play against, you know. you make people, like the first time me and buck you in, man. All man say I can't chatting style, yo, man. But then your game back it up still, you know. But me just beat you like, yo, you kind of make me want me better, so you can't ever shut your mouth like, yo, we have to win a game and Cruiser just go chat, you know. So
because Willie, let me tell you the truth, Willie. One of the things that a lot of people don't see.
I hear you well, Cruiser. Everybody else I hear him? Barnes, I hear him?
Yeah, me I hear him good.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
You hear him, Willie?
Audio is good.
One of the things that people like superstars try to create an image is what happens on the court comes natural. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that your skill is just all natural and all talent. I believe that all of the people who have been successful in any sport, any discipline, a lot of time has to go behind it. So Willie, for example, when I come to a basketball court and I look on the court and I see, for example, let's say I see Gavin or anybody else. So let's use Gavin, or I see Brian Blair. Let's use Brian Blair for argument's sake. So Brian Blair is in the gym, lifting weights, pumping iron, big and thick, and I see Brian Blair, right? And I come on the court and I say, Brian Blair, you're physically talented, but you can't shoot or you can't dribble. Because at the time, Willie, there's a court across my house, my school by the name of Calvary Gospel Assembly. It's a church and a school called Calvary Prep School. Yeah. And Hawkeye came to my mother's house about 150 times between when I was 11 to when I was 17. Because every night, every single night, I used to jump the fence and go to Calvary. And I'm over Calvary in the dark, shooting, working on moves, working on passes, working on dribbling, working on situations, counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, doing all these things at 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. And when Hawkeye would come, Hawkeye after a while recognize, oh, he's a little basketball youth. Don't worry about him. If I'm going to the shop with him, I'm dribbling a ball to the shop. If I'm at JC in first form, I'm in a class, English class, the basketball is beside me. If I'm at lunchtime, I'm eating my lunch and I'm bouncing the ball in my left hand. So when I hear people speak about it like it was like magic and this was like a natural gift and I was born to do this, that wasn't my case. So based on the fact I was working so hard in the dark, yeah, when I came to the court, I did feel like there was nobody in Jamaica at the time who was working as hard as me because I was at a disadvantage compared to the other people in terms of height and physical strength and those type of things. So when I came to the court, Willie, my mentality was, you never shoot 100 shot last night at Calvary. You were in your bed, twisting and turning, having kicks and giggles. I was at Calvary, shooting in the dark, dribbling in the dark, playing in the dark, motivating myself in the dark, in the dark. And when I mean in the dark, I mean in the dark. There was no light, it was in the dark. So when it came to light, I wanted people, like especially people who were above me, who were older than me, to see that I have a talent and I'm going to come and compete against you guys one day for sure. So let me give you a perfect example. When I went to JC at first form, it was the last year of the great era with Nicoy Campbell, Owen Hall, Tanu, McCallum. Those guys were like my heroes, yeah? And Owen Hall, I hear people say again, Shooty was the best shooter Jamaica ever seen. Respect Shooty. I like how you can shoot the ball. Technique really good. The shot kind of a little bit slow, but I respect the fact that you have mastered the art of shooting. But when I saw this guy called Owen Hall shoot the ball, I don't know how Owen Hall could have released the ball so fast, because to me, he was one of the quickest release of the ball and accuracy. Yeah. And then I saw one season of Nicoy Campbell and I said, wow, Nicoy Campbell run a team well. I like that. So when I was in first form, my mother used to go to the National Stadium and watch netball across beside the stadium. So I was at stadium a lot. So they used to call me a stadium baby. I was named a stadium baby. Because I was at the National Stadium almost like a daycare every night, every week. I was at the National Stadium every weekend. And there was this guy, I have to mention him. His name was Andrew Bolan. And Andrew Bolan would be over the netball court before his games, and he was shooting in the netball hoop. And Andrew Bolan, for about 55 shots, never touched the rim one time. And I never know who this guy was. Yeah. And I said, one day at the time, I know at the time Kirk Stewart, like Goofy, come from the same era, so I know Goofy. And I said, Goofy, who is this guy on the other court who's shooting all by himself on the netball hoop, and he was scoring nothing but net? And they said, that guy's called Andrew Bolan. And if my memory serves me right, Andrew Bolan was probably the last basketball player in Jamaica to get a scholarship as a point guard, if I remember right, if my memory serves me right. I don't know what happened since the last 5-6 years, but in that time, it was Andrew Bolan, and then the next guard that came out was Zico from Tivoli Gardens. Zico was a big guard, like a big, strong guard. Yeah, so Zico was a big, strong guard, big and aggressive type of guard. But in terms of small size, short in height, the person I remember coming to Jamaica as a point guard scholarship was Andrew Bolan. And I remember the work that Andrew Bolan was putting in behind the scenes again. So that was the reason why I came on the court and always trash talking, because I felt like nobody in my era was working as hard as me behind the scenes. So I had confidence enough to say I can come out and compete with the big names in Jamaica basketball.
Good talk.
So
Good
Rohan,
talk.
well, tell us about your high school year and your rivals where you have, or you can call it so-called rivalries you have and stuff,
All
and
right.
where you can really remember about it.
All right. The thing about it, Barnes, is that I can't remember the stuff like yesterday, like how it was back in the time, because I remember when I was playing again. I remember I got the opportunity to meet some of these NBA guys when I went to Brazil. But I'll bring back that story when I went to Brazil story. But let's start from under 14. Under 14, my main rival in under 14 was the top musician. Conscience was my main rival in first form, right? So Conscience went to Calabar, and Conscience was gifted and fast and quick and all these things. And when I was trying out for the national team, Conscience, and they were calling Conscience name, and they were calling some other guy's name who was from KC, and a guy called AJ, and those guys were like my main rivals. But my main arch rivals was Arden High School, because when I was a younger boy, like say 11 or 10, Spidey used to put some work into my games. So I used to go to Arden and I used to watch these rallies they had on a Saturday where they would play these rallies, Arden 1 and Arden 2. And sometimes I'll beg Spidey to put me on Arden 2 so I can see what the competition was like. So Spidey was convinced that I was going to do the common entrance and come to Arden. So when I never went to Arden and I passed for JC, yeah, that was like an instant rivalry on spot. So every year, anybody who went to Arden, that any game I played at Arden, anytime I played Arden, you got the best out of me, because Spidey made sure in those games he gave me a one time. So that was my early basketball years. Now in third form, when I got MVP in the tournament for under 14, this guy from Old Harbor, I don't know if you guys remember this guy, his name is Jason Francis. We call him Shrek.
Yeah,
Now
man,
this
Big Francis,
guy,
Shrek.
Jason Francis, was so powerful, right? He alone carried Old Harbor for Old Harbor entire basketball career. So Jason Francis took Old Harbor on the map and carried Old Harbor right through with a few nice little players here and there. But the coach, I remember for sure, he had a talent in Jason Francis, and he made sure everything ran through Jason Francis. And no matter what we did, we couldn't stop Shrek. But anyway, we ended up won that series. Now under 14, I was successful again playing under 14 and winning and beating Arden. Now Arden team was a loaded team with a guy called Horatio West, a guy called Wint, a guy called Mega. Yeah. So these guys were some guys who were gifted, especially a guy called Horatio West. Like Horatio West was able to lead with such fluidity. It was very impressive to see at our age how good that you was at that time. And so we win under 14. The next year we lost to Hull Harbor. And then in under 16 now, my main rival was Calabar High School. So Calabar High School had Ludlow as a coach. And at the time, we'll go to Queens High School and we'd play regular Queens High School. And Ludlow studied my game and used it against me in under 16. So what happened really is I'll come down, break the defense down, and I'll make one of these pretty passes behind my back. And Ludlow would say, him not gonna shoot, him not gonna shoot. Him not gonna pass it. Stop the pass. And I lost twice in under 16, yeah? But under 19 is where I want to get to, was when I had a real team with Michael Clark, Omar Barnes, Jason Green, Frank McCook, a loaded team. And that was a team that bag up the Southern Conference. So Shooty and Chippo get bag up, yeah? Team they get bag up. Anybody from Meadowbrook get bag up. Woolmers with Andy and that team bag up. Heidel bag up. It was just crazy bagging ups. Like we just wrap up the season. So we went 23-1 that year, and we lost one game, and the one game we lost made us not win All Ireland as well as the Southern Conference. Yeah. Now, when basketball became a reality for me was when I was playing my final year under 19 with Omar Barnes as the only big name player on the team. And that was when I learned so much about the sport of basketball, because that was where I learned where different coaches like Roger Marshall used to plan strategically on how to defeat us. Another guy who was very strategic was Harvey from Wolmer's. Very strategic in how he uses players, how his defense system, all this thing. And then Ludlow with Calabar. So Ludlow and Calabar with the great McLeish, the great Ozzy, the great Travis, the great Aliman. So these guys know when they lost the first year, they say we were lucky and we never good enough, and me and Barnes can't do it alone. So at the time, when the big names from JC left, Michael Clark left, Frank McCook left, Wilby left, Wilby didn't come sixth form with us, so Wilby was dominating under 14 with me. So me and Wilby and Mark and Stewart won under 14, and Wilby left in fifth form. So I never had Wilby to bank on in those times. So it was me and Barnes, basically, as people who have experience in basketball for a long time. Yeah? And I said to Barnes, like, listen, Barnes, we're going to go around JC and find anybody who can bounce a ball. And we're going to create a little team, and we're going to come through, and we're going to find some players who can supplement our games. Either they can't play basketball. So we're looking at the track and field team and see who can with the track side. We're looking at the football team and see who can with the football side. We're looking at the debate team and see who can with the debate side. And we have put some people together and we compete. Yeah. As memory serves me, because I don't remember everything, but as memory serves me, that year, opening night, we played St. Catherine. Yeah. And St. Catherine at the time, good little team, good little program. Omar Barnes dropped 50 points open night. Never forget it. 50 points. And JC went on to win the opening game. And the Gleaner decided to interview me. And I said, JC will repeat under 19 as champions back to back, which has not been done in a very long time. Yeah? And I'll never forget, quarterfinals, we were playing Campion College. And Roger Marshall came with one of the best strategies I've ever seen, where he used a player to mark Barnes even on the bench. So when we had a timeout, the guy would walk to the JC bench and mark Barnes while Barnes sat on the bench. The youth will sit beside Barnes on the bench. Now, I don't know if Barnes remember, but that game, Barnes scored 2 points. Now, Omar Barnes was averaging 30 points, 40 points a season. He scored 2 points. And that was when I transformed into now the cruiser that everybody know as cruiser. Because that game, I said to myself, I have to become a Stefan Marbury to win this game. So that was my first game in my entire career where I dropped over 40 points. So in that game, there was the marked out Barnes, and that game, with the influence of some of my players, especially my friend Jason Green at the time, he was like, Cruiser, is either you do it or it's not going to happen. And that's where you can ask Naira and Morris, that's where the talk that came up in the UE days, where they said, cruise it or lose it. So you pass the ball to Cruiser, you're going to lose. So that was another inspirational time, really. So when we went to the semifinals, we played Calabar. Now, at the time, Kemar McLeish, Ozzy, and Travis and the twins, they have not lost a game the whole season. Now, one of my favorite rivals was Osman. Ozzy, I don't remember his last name right now, but Ozzy. Ozzy was my favorite rival because Ozzy loved to talk just as I love to talk. Yeah? And Ozzy will come to the court and Ozzy will be talking and Ozzy will tell you all different manner of things. And Ozzy wore the number 10, and that offended me because when I came into basketball, the number 10 wasn't a popular number because I wanted to be the next Ronaldo or the next this or the next that, so I wore the number 10. Nobody in basketball wore number 10 at the time. And Ozzy started to wear number 10, which pissed me off. Then Thane McKenzie from Wolmer's started to wear number 10, which pissed me off. So I said, listen, the number 10 jersey must retire in Rohan Cruz name in high school basketball. And just because Osman were the number 10, I made it my point of duty that when I play Calabar, it's going to be my best performance of all time. Anyway, this is the nice part of the story. I had a guy who lived in my team named Dwayne Escoffrey, who came back and said, Cruz, can you believe it? I said, what's that? I said, in Calabar gym, there's a picture of me in Calabar gym, in the gym, that when they go to training, Ozzy and Travis and McLeish will say, we're going to shoot down Rohan Cruz. And for the whole season, we're going to shut up Rohan Cruz. We're going to lock off Rohan Cruz's mouth. We're going to shut him up and chat too much. And we're going to rub out JC. Yeah? And when the time came, Barnes went off that day, dropped 30 points. I went off that day. Barnes fouled out from the third quarter. Yeah? And we had the whole entire fourth quarter to carry through. And a guy called Willox, and a guy called Madison, and a guy called Lorenzo. People who never play basketball after high school basketball, seriously. Those were the guys who came through because of the belief that we had in them and the belief that there's going to come a time when Andre Williams was important. There's going to come a time when Poochie and all these guys came up big in that game. Yeah? And we'll beat Calabar. No, we'll beat Calabar. McLeish and Ozzy and Travis, they went and tell people that they partied the night before and because they thought it was going to be a walkover game. They never take it serious and they lost. Then we went on to play Wolmer's and we beat Wolmer's. Now, the Wolmer's rivalry was also another big rivalry as well because Andy, we beat Andy the year before, and Andy was bitter because again, it caused one big drama, stone fling, bus mashup, one excitement, you know, Wolmer's, JC, big rivalry came onto basketball. And then the second year with Tain Mackenzie's group, we won. We split the games and we won one game at JC, one game at Wolmer's, and the last game was at the National Stadium, and we won the game. Now, the thing what I liked about my era basketball when I played for JC, and I'll say it again, is that the non-basketball person who was in a non-circular basketball came out to watch the games because of the entertainment package. So a part of what I understood basketball was for is not just only competing to win, but there's also an entertainment factor to it where people want to be entertained and they want to come out and see people compete, especially young people competing at the highest level at that time. So my good rivals at the time was Calabar and Wolmer's because those were the teams I had to go through every year to go to the finals. In the earlier years, it was Arden, because every year, I think every year in every competition I would play every year, we were in the runnings to be in the finals or play in the finals or lost in the finals. So a lot of time, JC during my era was in the finals, playing to compete for a gold medal at the time.
Yeah, hey, you give a history lesson, you know. We appreciate that. That's it, because
Willie,
they tell me
that's why the man named the teacher. That's why the man named the teacher.
Willie, the man gave the whole of the breakdown of high school a while ago, you know.
Yeah.
The man touch college session, you know.
I tell you, man, I shoot the comments at them that I was a champion, national champion.
Yeah, they win national championship the year before we and Cruiser win.
Okay. And Conscience went to Excelsior.
Yeah, Excelsior. Yeah.
Excelsior, yeah.
Not Calabar.
Excelsior. My apologies, Excelsior.
Yeah. And let me just wait the band. Let me talk to the audience, the viewers. You know, Sir Ratty is supposed to be on the show, but we get the timing wrong with him, and he might have to go up on like a road trip. So he's in the car, so every now and then he chip out. So that's why you don't really see Ratty on screen at the moment. He might come and go. You understand? Go ahead, Barnes.
All right. You talk about experience with the Brazil. I want to more you was one of two players.
Him look like him chip out too. Go on top, man. Him soon we can talk about something else till him signing back.
Yeah, 2 points there.
Yeah.
Really, no take it the simple still now. A 3-person mark me and them thing the brother. You see me?
Yeah.
And guess what? Before the game, he got rest his soul. No matter when the referee. Man look for me, come and warm up. Man look for me and say, you think you can go score 30 and 40 on a side of today? You're not getting a call from me, you know. Say, you don't need thing. What I tell you?
That the ref said.
So you know it
Just
go.
straight.
Was it rough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go again, Barnes.
Yeah, Ron. You're one of two players who went to Brazil, and that was I think that's a very good experience. They can tell us about that
Okay,
experience you going to
all right.
Brazil.
So Brazil, no. When I went to Brazil, that camp we went to was called Basketball Without Borders, right? And Basketball Without Borders, you had the top players from the Caribbean, the top players from South America, and the top players who were from American descent. Yeah. So Argentina, Brazil, Belize, Barbados, Bahamas, Anguilla, these type of teams, these type of players from these countries. And so Brazil was a camp designed to educate potential young players who were going to become professional players. So basketball was no longer explained to us like a sport where we're going to play for a hobby or we're going to play for recreation or play for a scholarship. So at Brazil program was designed to prepare us for what the life in the NBA would look like. So when we went to Brazil, we had seminars on leadership, we had seminars on mindset, we had seminars on financial, how you manage your money, we had seminars on how you manage audience and crowd and social media. We had different seminars in how to prepare us for the basketball world and the business aspect. So not just as a player anymore, but all the business that come with it. So that was the first main focus of the program. The next focus of the program was a lot of scouts then came around to see if you weren't able to make it next year to the NBA, you will go into a college program, like a top program, like a Duke or North Carolina or a Villanova or one of those, or a big name, Maryland, one of those big name schools. Yeah. When I went to Brazil, now that was where life was my eyes were open because we were playing basketball as high schoolers for the fun of it, for the rivalry, for the excitement, for everything, not thinking of basketball on a remuneration level or as a job level. So when I went to Brazil, I recognized that okay, there's a different aspect to basketball, and if I'm going to make this into a career, not for fun or games, but a career where I can earn from this, there are other things I need to learn, and that was what Basketball Without Borders shared with us. So outside of the playing and the drills and the things, we had film session where you would sit down and you'll watch your film from the entire training for the entire day. And you have a coach breaking it down for you every step of the way, breaking down your shot, breaking down your dribble, breaking down how you cut, breaking down everything. Then that was your session. The next session was your opponent. So we'll sit and watch and break down the opponent team, what they like to do, the common things, the common traits, things so we went through all of that as well. Then when it came on to the drills, yeah, and this is the part where again I need Jamaica to move towards, which is talking about speciality in drills. So when it came on to drills, you had 4 or 5 different coaches designated on physical conditioning. So you had a coach who was designated to run with you, a coach who was designated to push-ups, a coach who was designated to squats, a coach who was designated to every different aspect of your development when it came on to the physical attributes. Yeah. Then you go through that the first thing in the morning. So you wake up as early as 6 o'clock, and then you will do this physical thing. So you run 8 miles. That's a warm up. So your warm up is 8 miles. So when I was 14, I used to play for Urban Knights. Yeah. And I remember some of those training that Urban Knights went through. And I'm going to go into the Urban Knights story as well, because Urban Knights is another. I think I'm going to make a big point in this interview today. But back to Brazil. So when I was in Brazil, you run 8 miles in the morning, right? And the 8 miles, say you can run 8 miles in 22 minutes, for whatever time it was, I don't remember. 22 minutes. Every day you came back at the camp, every morning, you had to beat the previous time you ran out with. Yeah? Now, I think what was a reality check for me was when I went to Brazil, a guy who was 6'7", a guy who was 6'8", a guy who was 7'1", was dribbling the ball exactly like me, was passing the ball exactly like me. So skills that they were saying was short man skills. A guy who was 6'7", 6'8" from Venezuela was doing the exact same thing as me, at the same pace as me, at the same rate as me. The only thing they couldn't do as me, similar to me, was dribble the ball with 2 hands. So that was a big thing where I was able to dribble the ball with 2 hands, do all the drills with 2 hands, and that was kind of what separated me from all the other players at the camp. But when it came on to the physical attribute, that was the first thing. So you had condition and training in the morning. You come back and you had a meal. No, I heard Michael and Martin said Michael went to foreign and he eat anything that you were given to eat and never complain. That is a big problem in Jamaica, and that is a big problem with the local national program. The nutrition is a very important part of the development of a teenager. And that's what taught me at Brazil. So when I was in Brazil, when I was at home, I'd eat callaloo and banana, and you eat KFC, and you eat this and eat that, and eat all these things down again. But when I was in Brazil, the thing was measured down to the point, really, that the people put it on a scale, and you know that this is the amount of that nutrients you must have. That is the amount of that nutrients you must have. That is the amount of that nutrients you must have.
Yeah.
The thing was measured out, yeah? So the next thing, you go on this machine, and they measure you out from top to bottom. So they measure everything about you. They measure your height, they measure your weight, they measure your body mass index, they measure your muscle density, they measure everything about you. Yeah? So after they measure everything about you, they can tell you if this side of your body tilted by 5 degrees, if that side of your body tilted by a side, if your weight is balanced right throughout your core, they tell you all of these things. Yeah? So then you can know, okay, I need to work on this particular part of my conditioning training. I need to work on that particular part of my conditioning training. It's a full training program. So after you do the training in the morning, which is the conditioning training, you come back in, you eat some food. The food again was a specific diet, and the food again was a specific nutrients to get from the food. Then we had the afternoon session where you branch off in the NBA teams. So then I was as a part of the teams called the Nuggets at the time. Because in Brazil at the time, Nene was playing in the NBA, and Nene was kind of the main person.
Yeah, he was at
the camp.
Nuggets.
So who was at the camp at the time was Nene as an NBA player. Mutombo was there as a coach, as a mentor. Felipe Lopez was there. Nahara was there because he was from Argentina. Another guy called Gomez or Gonzalez was from Brazil who was there. So that guy was there as well. And these coaches, these NBA guys came back to Brazil and to Argentina, from Argentina, and they kind of helped develop the South American program in basketball. So Nene was there. So Nene was a highlight player at the time who was there. So Nene and the coach from the Nuggets was in charge of my team, right? And dealing with Nene and seeing Nene in real life, like seeing Nene up front, not on the television, you really get a chance to really see how big and how strong and how chiseled these guys were. And when I saw Mutombo in real life, Mutombo was able to stand and vertically raise his hand and touch the rim. That's how tall this guy was. So
wow,
when you saw these things in real life, I was then saying to myself, whoa, in Jamaica, there's so much development that needs to happen so that we can have some of these experiences outside of people like me. So you find that the other guy who was on the program with me at the time, his name's Gordon. He was from Mandeville at the time. I think he went to Cornwall. Yeah, good kid. And but basketball without borders wasn't a summer camp where we're coming to learn different skills and how to do different things. It was a camp preparing you to make the transition to the NBA and to say somewhat to the States. Now, one of the things that I saw at the camp as well, which is what I came back to Jamaica and I said to Natty at the time, but Marlon Natty was a guy who was frontlining me going to Brazil with Alfred Miki. And when I came back, I said, Natty, you sent me on the program to Brazil too late, because I recognized that the youths who were in Brazil, they were 16 and 17. And most of the guys who were, even though they were from Venezuela or they were from Argentina or they were from Belize or they were from Barbados, a lot of these guys were playing in high schools in America. So a lot of these guys were playing in Florida. A lot of these guys were playing in New York. A lot of these guys were playing in Maryland. So even though they came under the banner of Venezuela, for example, there's this one guy at the camp, Jervis, I assume his right name. Jervis. He went to Maryland after, and he was from Venezuela. He was the only guy in 2004 in that camp. That's 60 of us who made it to the NBA. So, and I remember we were in a conference room and we are talking, and one of the gentlemen from Nuggets said, "Who in this room wants to play basketball in the NBA?" And everybody raised their hand. Every single student, every single player raised their hand. I never raised my hand. So the guy said to me, "Jamaica, why you never raise your hand?" So I said, when I look around me right now, I see a lot of talented people, yeah, and I look at the odds and I said, listen, if this guy can do exactly what I can do, and he's 6'7", 6'8", the natural thing to do, you're going to pick this taller guy because he's bigger, probably stronger, probably faster. I remember Omar, and the guy said, of the 60 of you at this camp, one of you are going to make it to the NBA. Yeah? And I work up my odds because I'm a maths man. And I said, 1 divided by 60, that's really a slim chance for me to make it to the NBA. Yeah? Really a slim chance. And I'm looking at the people around me, and I'm looking at a guy who's 7'1" from Italy, Fabio, 7'1", who is dunking on people and playing point guard at 7'1". And I'm saying, well, I'm looking at this guy from Belize, Bernard. His name was Bernard. He ended up in prison and all sort of things. But Bernard was a guy who's playing basketball, who was running under 11 seconds on 100 meters. This guy was fast like a plane. And I was saying to myself, he's not going to make it, nor the 7'1" guy's not going to make it. He's a guy who was from Venezuela called Jervis Vasquez, who played for Maryland for 4 years, who went to the NBA. And he wasn't no big name player neither. He was just a nice, like, average player. Played for Toronto, played for Grizzlies, played for a few teams, did about 5 years in the league, and then he was out. So that was what basketball without borders was. So after that now, so conditioning, we did film, then we had specialized training, then we had afternoon sessions where we played pickup games. And the pickup games were recorded. You play pickup games, you play like a little tournament where you advance in the tournament. And at the end of the camp, they had like a little all-star game. But one of the things basketball without borders did for me, it was that, and I think when I spoke back to Natty, it was to promote what was happening in Jamaica. So when I was in the camp, I kept on saying to the organizers, you guys need to go to Jamaica because the talent that is in Jamaica is superb. But again, at the time, the motion or the fruit of the motion was people who were spotted to be talented in different countries like Barbados and these countries. They went to the States as early as under 16. And from under 16, they played in the under 16 rotation. They played AAU basketball. And then that's how they got spotted and move on to whether junior college or D1 or D2 or D3. And I think this is the same route that Samada Samuels took, where they spotted Samada early. He went over early. I don't think Samada played under 19 in Jamaica. And he went into the New York circuit. He played under 19.
I'm playing under 19. And at age 16 though, I think.
Yes, and now playing under 19, under 19 level. So he played under 19 at 16. But he played under 19 in the States. So he went to the States and he played his last 2 years of high school basketball in the States. Similar happened to Mike Rogers. Yeah, so they spotted Rogers early. I think Rogers left Georges from Fort Farm, and he went over early, and he got in the system early, and then he transitioned a little bit better. So I think that is another point I want to bring across in this interview, is that we need to give the opportunities earlier than later. And I'm tired of people saying, and I'm tired of those who are in the scholarship circle of saying scholarships are hard to get. I'm tired of that story. Yeah, I live in the UK now, and every big name scholarship, every big name school has a program in place offering minority, offering Caribbean people, offering so scholarships are out there for people to get. Yeah, I think what the issue is, the most of the players in Jamaica, they don't come with the academic readiness or the documentation readiness. So, for example, in Jamaica, you get a scholarship, you don't have a passport, you don't have a visa, you don't have a birth certificate, you don't have a 5 CXC, and you want A level, but you want to go foreign. So those little basic things have to be in place because opportunities are there in abundance, especially in these big name colleges, because of this whole idea of minority and equality and giving minority an opportunity. So scholarships are there, but again, nobody as I was listening to Melissa, nobody's going to come and just walk and give it to you. Yeah, you have to put yourself in a position so that when an opportunity comes, you can run with it. Yeah, but basketball without borders was one of the best experiences of my life. I think when I came back to Jamaica and I started to tell people, you know, what was the experience like and what is the expectation moving forward, a lot of people, especially in administration, were knocking me because they were saying, "Boy, Cruz, you don't know so much, you don't know anything yet. You just come in the game, you just get a little information, and you want to tell us how to run it." But I was not telling the administrators how to run it. I was just simply saying, this is what the level is, and this is what we need to get to. So, like, for example, I respect the fact that Alfred Mickey put on a little Star Search camp at GC Foster. But when I went to the camp 1 year, I was like, listen, there's more to it than what we're doing now. We need to put in some more things in place. Yeah. By the time, as a junior, I didn't fully understand the administrative process of running a camp or running a team or running an organization. But I have that experience now. So because I have that experience now, I can speak on these things now. So back then, I wasn't exposed or have enough experience. But now, I've led many teams. I've led many programs. I'm currently leading a team now right now. I'm mathematicians in the UK. I've developed football program at JC, and I've run these things. So I have enough experience now to speak about these things. So things like Star Search, things like jump ball, there's more you can get out of these camps than what is happening now. So if certain organization go into place, we can get a systematic thing in place. And if you guys listen to Craig Butler, the Leon Bailey's manager or stepfather, a lot of people think that this guy is an outlier, but I understand where he's coming from, because when you're exposed to these things overseas and you see it with your own two eyes, England football is not based on when you reach 19 or 18 or 17. England football is based on between 9 and 13. So between 9 and 13, once they spot you in high school, they take you out of high school and they put you in one of these QPR training clubs, Arsenal training club, and you go through this rigid program. As school finish 2:30, you're at that place from 3 o'clock till 8 o'clock that night. And this is a program that you're in from 9 years old. Yeah. And this is why I want to come to speak about like urban nights. Yeah. And if basketball want to go back to where it was, Jamaica need at least 5 teams like Urban Knights, or 5 teams like the Tivoli team with the Zico and the Lando and that team, or 5 teams like the team with Rohan and Owie and all and Nikai Campbell and Khalid and Giant. We need to find back those teams like Slayers teams back then. Those teams were properly run with a manager different from a coach, different from an administrator, different from who manage money, different from who manage the players, different from who. That is what is needed back again in Jamaica basketball, where we have teams like Urban Knights, yeah, giving young youths an opportunity. Because I tell you, I used to wonder how Urban Knights could have win with so many young people on the team. And it goes to show it's a system that was in place at the time. Yeah, it's not just only your talent, but it's a system that you're in that brings your talent out. And I tell you, when I became Judas in Jamaica and I switched and went to Urban Knights, the cult, because I wanted to see with my own 2 eyes what they were doing at Urban Knights. So, and I went and I go when I was 14. I played with Urban Knights when I was 14. Moved on from Urban Knights, and really, I can give you a full history because I played for every big coach in Jamaica. Every big coach in Jamaica, I played at least 1 season with. So I played with every big coach, right? So Calvin Martin knows me personally. Rowan Robinson knows me personally. Yeah. So when I went to Urban Knights, what they classify as a cult, yeah, the cult of Urban Knights. And when I came back from Brazil, I saw that Urban Knights was doing the things that I saw at Brazil. For example, one of the things that Urban Knights focus on a lot, which I don't see teams are focusing on, was the mental and the well-being of the player. So, for example, when I went to Urban, I saw people doing some Zen thing, and I was like, hey, what are these guys doing? But then you put it back to perspective, and these guys were developing the mental well-being of the players. So not only you were playing physically on the court with drills and all these things. Your mentality was built up. I remember Mr. Porter carried us to the art gallery. And of course, Mr. Porter, I said, Mr. Porter, what does an art gallery have anything at all to do with playing basketball? Yeah, but again, it was a mentality. Then Mr. Porter gave me a book to read called The Swan of Something. Yeah, and when I read the book again was about mentality. So it's a mentality and the systematic things that were done. Now, when Urban Knights carry us on the beach to run on the sand, yeah, and Coach G jumping in our chest to make sure that our abs are printing out, and Coach G is shouting, and Coach G is beating our chest, and Coach G is kicking our foot, and people are saying Coach G mad, yeah, and Coach G mental. But Coach G was one of the best coordinators I ever see in the sport of basketball in terms of conditioning. There's another guy who I remember personally, Floyd, who used to coach Camperdown as well, who was a soldier. And these guys were conditioning coach. So Urban Knights have a little package together where coach is separate from trainer, is separate from management, is separate from that. But the one thing I can give Urban Knights a big shout out that Slayers had back then, Tivoli had back then, was one of the big things Urban Knights had the ability to attract sponsors. Urban Knights had the ability to attract big name sponsors. So National Supply, KFC, all these big name sponsors were attached just to Urban Knights, not to basketball. And because Urban Knights was a part of not just playing basketball, they're a part of developing youths as well. So at Urban Knights, it was a little bit different because they looked at the holistic development. Yeah, I saw this in bits and pieces in other places. For example, I saw that at Braves as well. So when I went to Braves, I saw that at Braves where Ludlow and Miss B were creating a family environment, developing you outside of just basketball. Yeah, I saw that at some other little places here and there. When I went to Panthers, I saw that as Panthers as well because Panthers had that filtering program where we went from JC into Panthers and the players move into Panthers like that. But what is going to bring back Jamaica back to where Jamaica is or was in terms of basketball? We need to attract and retain the big name sponsors because basketball is not the top popular sport in Jamaica like track and field or football. Therefore, it cannot run without a proper, consistent 10-year, 7-year, 5-year sponsor who has confidence and belief in the team that is put together to run and manage the development of basketball in Jamaica extensively. Not just for 3 seasons or 2 seasons or 1 season, but over the course of 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And this is exactly what Craig Butler is saying when it comes to reggae boys. Yeah, when it comes to foreign, it's not like, oh, I pick the best 6 people and put them on the field. No, the people in Belgium, they are coming from Belgium under 11, under 12, under 13, under 14, under 16. They reach a level, they get drafted or they get picked, they go play for these big name teams, and they come back into that same system. So that's what we need in Jamaica. Not like, okay, this is like one person and this is like one person. And we get a Jerome Jordan and we celebrate. And we get a Kofi and we celebrate. And we celebrate. No, systematically, things must be in place so that we can have this result over and over.
Yeah.
Cruz. You're spitting knowledge, brother. But the sponsorship thing, so easy to get a sponsorship. Oh, we can go about getting sponsorship.
Sponsorship easy, Willie. Sponsorship easy. Very easy too. Because I got a sponsor running a little football club at a little football tournament at JC called Wembley's Champion League by Pure Water from Bernard. It's how you pitch the thing. So what we need now is people, and I'm going to say it today, basketball in Jamaica have a wealth of people in different categories. What we need in basketball now is to find who amongst us who is very good at advertising, very good at marketing, very good at negotiating, and get these people in front of these sponsors. Yeah? How did Mr. Porter convince KFC to sponsor him? How did Mr. Porter convince National Supply to sponsor him? How did Mr. Harvey convince whoever to sponsor them? How did Natty and Remiki them convince Berger Paints to sponsor them? Because whoever went in front of the sponsors were equipped enough, were savvy enough in negotiating, were savvy enough in selling a development program, were savvy enough to show the sponsors how they would benefit from this.
Yeah, but you call some names that are still a part of the league, right? The fraternity. And we're not getting any sponsors, so something must have went wrong.
So I can tell you now, these guys in Jamaica, they have the blueprint. Yeah. But sometimes you're looking at work, your body of work, really. You're looking at the body of work that you have done. And you said, I've done this body of work. I've brought Jamaica basketball to this point. But you don't see nobody stepping up to say, listen, Natty, Remiki, Pete Matthews, your time done, you know. It's my time now to run the program. Yeah? I don't see nobody stepping up doing that. I really don't see it.
Well, it's not that easy, you know. I don't know. Once you have power, you don't really want to relinquish it. I, for one, definitely try to step up. I get threatened already by one of them name the way you call to, you know, man. So me figure them don't want to give up that thing. You understand? For bringing on young youth or people with vision.
I think new faces needed still. New faces. I mean, like persons. We need to get persons on board where not in tune, say, not only basketball, but looking for development of players as a cruiser, say. So we need new faces to go to these sponsors. Because if you send back the same old faces, the man feel the same. Because even if you have a new president, the new president have the same man them around him.
Because of this, well, no one comes. So Ladana just saying, no, the constitution needs to be fixed. Because if you get a new president, him can't not about the old people and what they there, you know. You
can bring in his own players. You can bring his own people.
A vote will have to be
supposed to that.
Vote them off you.
But the thing, Willie, the thing is, you see why I don't knock Remiki and knock Marlon Natty and knock Calvin Martin and knock Rohan Robinson. Why I don't knock them so hard is because they did something back then that worked. So they had some blueprint that worked. But again, we need somebody who's savvy enough to go to Marlon Natty and to get him to open up and start speaking about some of the things that he did and some of the things that the team did and some of the things we need to get somebody who's savvy enough to get to Alexander and ask Alexander how these things work. We need to get somebody savvy enough to get to Remiki and say, Remiki, I know you don't like to speak to people. I know you don't like to interact with people, but we want this basketball thing to continue. We need you to pass this information on to us. We need to find the right people to put in front of these people. Because again, you know, Willie, I remember in the bands, remember Flimsy, basketball was glorious one time in Jamaica.
I remember.
The problem I find in this life is that we believe in too much of starting over. One of the things that we need is continuation. So we need now somebody who's savvy enough to get in front of these older guys, to get them to open up and tell us some of the issues that they have had, they have struggled with. So when a group of young people, my age 35 to 45, who decide that they're going to take basketball on again to the next level, these things are building blocks, not starting over. Yeah? Exactly. And I think that is what needs to happen. We need to find a group of people who have specialities in basketball. So we need to find somebody, like for example, who is a good maths teacher or a good English teacher. There are people inside basketball now who are a good maths teacher, good English teacher. And we say, okay, we're going to identify 15 youths, and these 15 youths at age 15 or 16 when CXC run, all of these youths must have them 5 CXC. We need to find somebody who worked on an immigration office, and we have people who work at immigration office who play basketball, and say, these 18 people who identify, they must have a passport, and they must have a proper birth certificate. They must have them basic things in place. Yeah? Then we need to find somebody who have a farm, a Mandeville, or who have a farm somewhere, or who, something like that, that can build some and plant some corn and plant some potato and plant some callaloo and plant something so the nutrition program and the program can continue. We need people to step up. What I'm doing today, Flims, and I'm going to say it today, we need people who have benefited from basketball to now step up. I'm calling on the people who go foreign on scholarship and I make life America, life in Europe, life in wherever. We need these people now who have benefited from basketball to step up. Stop staying in the back and saying, okay, issues. I need the people. I want to say this one more time. I want the people who used to go Arden, who used to go Campion, who used to go JC, who they're foreign, Canada, America, England, Spain, Europe, to step up and start making this team because you benefited from basketball at whatever level it was at when you were in Jamaica. We need people to step up. If people don't step up, it won't happen. Yeah? New faces who come into the front need to step up.
Yeah, and as Simon said, who are going to pay them? How will they get paid? The new faces when they want to volunteer.
Hold on.
Right, got you.
Cruz, you're going to be one of those persons who give back.
All right, Flimsy. When I left JC and I went to UA, yeah, Calvin Martin said to me that when me and Bars leave JC never win a competition since we have left JC in under 19. Not under 14 or under 16, under 19. And at that time, I said to myself, how can I contribute to JC? Now, when I went to UA, Willie, I studied engineering, electronics, and engineering and maths. Yeah? When I graduated, I could have worked at Digicel and Cable and Wireless and Flow and all these places. And I said to myself, I'm going to give back by coming to JC. I'm going to look into JC and see what I can do with JC first. And I started to support Goofy as an assistant coach. And I did my little due for 6 years at JC. I ran the program myself for a couple of years. Then it passed on to Cunningham, them now doing it now. Yeah. So I've done my part in terms of contribution when it comes on to that. Now, Flimsy, as I tell you before, I am ready. I'm in the UK, and I've said before, and I never drop my mouth when I say, I am ready to do something significant in Jamaica, but I personally don't have the confidence to step up as yet because I want to see certain things run a particular way before I step up. Yeah, and I said I want to step up first by this little league that used to run at Majestic Garden called the Night League. I want to step up in that league. I want to start with that like a small league and then gradually build like a small league into something bigger. So that is where I want to make my contribution first. We need to take a Majestic Garden Night League that was running.
So you want to go into the inner city then, Cruz? You want to develop the inner city then?
Not necessarily only inner city in the bands, but I want to start with something small. Because that's what I did at JC. I started with a small football league that grew into something big. Because when you start with the NBA, which is big thing, you have too many avenues or too many issues you have to solve. When you start with a smaller league, you have one issue to solve. Now, Willie, let's go back to the money argument. Yeah, you see people who are in administration, who are in advertising, who are in marketing, who are these people I'm telling you about. They are not financially strapped. They are not in a financial crisis. The people who I'm telling you about who need to step up. Yeah, and again, people who are financially stable, they also know the importance of volunteering. They also know the importance of developing. Because as I said to people in Jamaica all the time, it only needs one person to make a program successful. One person. And a prime example is Craig Butler with Phoenix with Leon Bailey. One successful person can turn an entire program around. So if the program is in place and we have one successful athlete who make it all the way to the NBA and make it as a superstar, just like the guy who played for Sacramento Kings from Bahamas. What's that guy named Flimsy from Sacramento Kings? Buddy Hield. That guy. Buddy Hield. Yeah? He has made one difference and made it all the way to the NBA, making his big millions and gone back to Barbados.
Bahamas.
Yeah, and created relief program, set up this program, set up that program. All it needs is
I
one
think
really
league out there,
successful
Tino.
person.
Yeah.
Mava league in there too.
Set up a league out there. I'm telling you.
We don't want to
So
overlook what Jason is saying. No. Jason, same company, willing to
Jason
donate
doing
to the
sugar.
reform.
Yeah, that me just say.
So,
Yo, Jason, link the interview squad.
yeah, man,
Link
we're
play.
going to get
Link
in
play.
contact with you. No.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is there is 55,000 Jason Green companies out there. But the problem is a company is not going to take up them funds and donate it as part of them thing if they don't have certain confidence into certain things. But every company, or let me say most companies, a part of their thing is development of young people. So if we look past the money first and look at the development, once the development has been done properly and systematically, the money will flow after. The money will flow after.
A freeze up, Cruz.
No, I'm still on.
The
money will flow after, Willie. Yeah, but once the structure is in place, once the development is in place, once the systematic thing is in place, somebody will come and buy into what they see, and the money will follow. The problem now is when the money come, is how we manage the money. So we need somebody now who in basketball, who they go UE, go do them NBA, and the management of money for them on the team as well. So when the money do come, it is managed properly, and the thing can continue to grow. So people are out there watching this program, and I'm going to say it again, Willie,
Right.
people are out there watching this program. They want the same things that all of us want. Basketball in Jamaica to get back to their glory days. But things are not going to happen until some basic systematic things are in place. I want to concentrate on the night league because the night league is like a small league where I can run, and that should take 3, 4, 5 weeks, and we can build it out from that. Yeah? And then we use the night league to show that a league can actually run, and we can show that this can happen, and we continue to build on it like that till we reach back to the NBL level where we can get the thing island-wide again. So the NBL also, it ran good for a certain time, and then it went downhill after that. Yeah? So my question was, when I was playing NBL, how did the administration at the time convince KFC to contribute 21 million to basketball? Oh,
You and Barnes and Flimo were a part of the league. You're not supposed to know. You never ask. You just run the play.
If you know. The man keep him think to himself.
See what Javier said?
I was playing for a club with digital the sponsor.
Remember that time when we were players, you know?
Willie. I was playing for a club with
Barnes,
yeah, sir.
Yeah, man. I play for a club. I play for a club with digital sponsor. I'm definitely know how we get a digital sponsor there. So it's not like say, as the cruiser say, and when I say long time, I still believe that we need new faces to approach sponsors because the same old faces go back to the sponsors. Sponsors don't have confidence in them, brother.
I agree. And Javier, we're gonna link up, me that talk to Houston one day too. So we're gonna link up definitely.
So Willie, I want you to write the things that I said today, because
yeah, man. I know say we have somebody definitely take notes of all of the points them we getting made, and all of the viewers them want chip in and all that, man. We have take notes, yeah, man.
And there are companies in Jamaica who want to see basketball at a certain place because they were a part of basketball when things were, let's say, the good days in basketball, as they classify them as. These people, flimsy, still want to take part. Yeah. One of the major things I think Jamaica need to concentrate on when it comes on to development and sports is when it comes on to injury of young people. The injury aspect of young people is another important thing, where people are getting some serious injuries at a very young, tender age, and they have to be nursing these injuries, hoping that by time they get spotted, somebody will spot them in the States, and then they get the surgery in the States. We have people in basketball who are medical doctors. We have people in basketball who are practitioners. We have physio in basketball. These people are willing to support the development of the thing once you reach out to them. They're not going to come and knock on our doors. Let me give you a good example. There's a guy called Rohan who is a top practitioner in medicine. Yeah, he was a guy who basically worked on the regulations at Manning Cup, have to make sure them check the youth them heart rate before them run out, so that we don't have any more incidents of what happened in the last previous Manning Cup. Rohan is out there ready to contribute to basketball, but again, he's not going to come and knock on our doors and say, please take me in. We have to find the people who are specialists in what they do and get these people to come out and contribute. So KFC saw an opportunity to advertising mileage because the time basketball was up and coming, companies were not going to risk brand companies due to corruption. See what Stephen Brown said. Yeah? But again, basketball has a product, yeah, that was successful. The best way to bring back something to success is to go back to the blueprint, go back to the people. So if Barnes, if you believe that they don't want to see the old faces again, you, Flimsy, Willie, Gary, whoever else a part of the team for the interview, need to get in front of Alfred Miki, need to get in front of Natty, need to get in front of Pete Matthews, need to get in front of Gordon Porter, need to get in front of Alexander, get them to sit down in separate rooms or whatever and ask them these questions we need to ask them because they were in the driving force to get these things done back in the day.
I said, Negash, we're all focused on this blast then. Negash, we're not talking about the NBL. We're talking about basketball in general, brother.
When get that from?
So we're also talking about the youth stuff. You understand? Big up yourself, Negash. All right, Cruz. We get what you're saying now. We try and reach out with all of them, to be honest. Because Pete is also in a group with all of us. And that man don't talk about basketball.
No, not all of us. I am not in that group.
Oh, yeah, Flimmer, come on. But Pete not talk about basketball. Pete talk about basketball.
As I say, Willie, we just need to just talk to them. We don't need to talk to them probably on here like this. We can get them one-on-one. Try get we need to get from them. But at the same time, are they willingly want to share their knowledge? We don't know.
I can speak on behalf of. Let me say I speak on behalf of. I can speak based on my observation of Marlon Natty and Alfred Miki because they have invested into basketball, careers into basketball. I can speak on those two persons' part. Yeah? Because I can see where when I went on to UE days and I was playing in UE. So if we go into UE and how the UE days, because UE days was my glorious days in basketball, where again I brought people outside of UE to come and watch UE basketball similar to any other league.
But because then again, Cruiser, you want people personally, you want vibes master, you know, so you gotta have a lot of fans and all of them things there. I tell you, basketballers right now not even want to support another basketball game if them not play.
No, and that's the point. Even them, but even that's not no different. Yeah, you are going. Some of the basketballers themselves, they might play a game. They not promote themselves either. Them not tell them girlfriend, not them mother, not them sister, not them nobody. Them just come play them game and leave.
As we say, them selfish. Basically, them just selfish. Them just them just keep it to themselves.
But Willie, Barnes can tell you because Barnes was at JC with me. And this is what I tell you, it depends on who wants it to happen. When I was at JC, yeah, Barnes was there. There was no game that JC played that I never walk around block by block, classroom by classroom, and say, yo, come see Cruiser live in action, dump up Calabar, run yourself. Yeah? Come see me back up the great McLeish and back up the great Linford Shooty Brown and back up the great Horatio West and come back up them boy. Don't. So it depends on who is doing it, Willie. Yeah? It depends on who is doing it and how much you want it to happen. Yeah? When you come on JC basketball game, I had a friend, I have a couple of friends in my year group, Jeffrey Brown, they may play Manning Cup and who the track and field. when it comes to a basketball game is as big as a track meet at JC, you know. But when it all that happened, it never happened because Barnes is up on the side and Michael Clyde up on the side. It happened because me make up my mind, say, yo, me I walk around. When me see parents are driving, knock on them door,
Yeah,
good
man, cruise
evening.
just stop and view them car.
Yeah, good evening. This evening at 3:30, we have a basketball match. Pick up your son at 5:30 tomorrow. Good evening. This Saturday, we have a 3-on-3 basketball. Good evening. With out to the front of the gate. Yeah, when parents come in, I stand in front of the car and say, listen, contribution, we need $100 towards the team because we want the team a warm-up jersey, different from jersey we're playing now. I will start collect contribution out to the front. Yeah, till a couple big name parents jump on it and say, okay, you can put my son on the side, we can give you a jersey, full suit out. We can give you some shoes, full suit out. So it's you as a player as well have to make up your mind, say, yo, we want this thing to happen. Because one thing I wanted to say, when I listen to all the interviews I get to listen to, I hear a lot of how people benefited from basketball in Jamaica, but not how much they made other people benefit. So that's another thing that I want to address. You have benefited from basketball. How can you make other people benefit from it as well? Like, for example, kid in Europe, Aliman from Calabar. Aliman, if he's on the program right now, I can call him out. Aliman, come out or wherever shadow you're in Europe, go back to Jamaica, do something because the people them want to see you. Yeah? Come out. Don't wait until somebody to reach out to you. One of my next good friends I want to call out to, Kevin Young, come out or wherever you are in Uruguay or wherever. You're one of the best big man Jamaica ever have. Come out and come back in Jamaica for your summer and come run to program up at Arden or run to program at GC Foster or run to program at Prembokal. More Owie and all to come out and teach you them how to shoot the ball and them something there. More Nyron Morris to come out and start write book for people can read how basketball play. We need the people to come out, Flimsy, because the people that now come out, it never continue. So we need the people to come out.
All is that tell them to come out.
Yeah. So we need the people who were in Jamaica, who benefited from Jamaica while Jamaica was in its prime, who can come back to Jamaica, come out, run a little camp, run a little organization, run a little something, and then you'll find the momentum will come back in the sport and people will start saying, okay, basketball is going in the right direction again. But we need the people to come out.
I know, a lot of people say the love not there. I think the love is there, you know. But Cruiser, the passion, like where Cruiser would have going to knock up and win screen and say, yo, come watch the match. The showmanship, you understand? People come out because they either want to see him win or see him lose. So no matter even if he might want villain, you know, they might come watch him. Because Cruiser, you that feels like Cruiser was like the era. Cruiser was a villain, you know. Don't get it twisted, you know. People that pay money for Cruiser lose, you know, because them love talk and chat talk. So we not have that again in a basketball. Even
Willie, when I went to UE, yeah, I made it my point of duty to create buzz and excitement in UE. Buzz and excitement. And when I was at UE, prior to me going to UE, I had a friend, Queen O'Connor, who played for Calabar and Taylor Hall. And Taylor Hall was blue and white. Yeah? So JC days, you wear blue and white. You just go UE, you know, you're blue and white as well. You play for Taylor Hall. When I go up on Taylor Hall, you have a block called Attica. Attica had the top general, and Peony Wally, Poppy, all them you up on the one team. Yeah? Me decide, say, in a Taylor Hall, I'm going to play for Butchers. Yeah, because Butchers was a little underdog team, and Butchers have some of my JC friend on the side. I will play for Butchers and we lose a couple times, well, yeah, but the competition bring out the people then. Taylor Hall went on to win Intercal 2 times that year. That year we went on to win Intercal and Inter everything and Inter campus games and Inter everything we win that year there. Yeah. Second year, Taylor Hall again. We play for Butchers again, one excitement. In the third year, I say, listen, we win Taylor Hall 2 times in a row, too easy. We won the games by 30 points. Yeah? I turn to Nyron Morris, who's on the live now. I said, Nyron, I need to become the king at UA. I need some buzz in a UA. I need the people to come back out because everybody may say Taylor Hall will automatically win. Yeah? So Nyron said, Cruz, do me a favor. Come bring back little fame and fortune to Chancellor. Yeah? And Chancellor is the arch rival of Taylor. Now, when I went to play for Chancellor, the people brand me as Judas. Judas. Yeah? Judas, because I'm going to play for a different hall. And when I go play for Chancellor, Willie, Nyron Morris up on the line can tell you, people outside of basketball, people outside of the normal school that know about basketball, come down a UE Bowl and ram up down a UE Bowl. Ram up till
Just
one time
watch the
Pete
man
Matthews.
lose.
Till one time Pete Matthews, I consider to extend the gym so the gym gets a ram. We are considered to get contracted to extend the gym. Ram up down a UE Bowl. Yeah? And when we done a UE Bowl, I'll never forget it. It was a Valentine's Day, February 14th. Peony Wally versus Rohan Cruz, or Rohan Cruz, the Judas, versus the whole of Taylor Hall, including the great Peony Wally, the great Puppy, the great of the greats. Yeah? And then can tell you, 25 Taylor Hall get the night. Bag up Peony Wally them. Yeah? Until I almost fight nearly brought down on the bone. Back them up and send them out. Because why? But they believe say basketball at UA needed some excitement, and me believe say we need to create this excitement. So therefore, we make a switch and nice it up. Basketball get nice again. It was the same year of the intercampus year, and the intercampus year was at UA Bowl. Ask Flimsy, ask Barnzem, they came as
Every day.
never watched basketball at UA before, and they came and ram up the stadium when UA was playing against Barbados and Trinidad. So these are the things that I'm talking about that basketball need. Basketball have to fix itself within itself. Basketball have to find the expertise within itself. So for example, Willie, you and Gary master this online interview thing. That's one great aspect of it. You know, to continue along the path that you upon and get the people them, name me a call on the program. Get Mugabe Thomas again on the program and convince him to come spend a month in a Jamaica from Mexico. Get Khalil McCarthy on the program and convince him to come to Jamaica. Get Nikai Campbell, big promoter, big party. Yeah, come back and come promote some things to it. Because the people out there with the skills, them just in them place and do them own thing and stay in them own lane. And did it. But see, when I come to the UK Flimsy, when I come to the UK bands, it gave me a greater sense of a Jamaica. Because when you come to these places, these big lands, the people speak so much about Jamaica and what we have accomplished with what we have. They wish they had some of the skills and expertise that we have in Jamaica. They wish they had it. Yeah, and if you notice, some of the most successful people and successful companies, where are they successful? In Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica have talent, Jamaica have knowledge, Jamaica education system is good enough to get our athletes overseas and competing. It has to start, Nagash, from the foundation level. When the foundation level set back, you'll find that NBL and D1 and National League and all these things will fall in place. That is how it works. From the development phase, after the development phase, all other phases will come after. You can't fix NBL and not fix under 14. It doesn't make no sense. You can't fix D1 and not fix under 30. And it doesn't make no sense. Yeah, because again, those who are playing NBL, back in my time, high schoolers were dominating NBL. Not Michael Jackson at 38 is still starring at Pembroke Hall. Not Wilby at 37 who is still a hero at Pembroke Hall. Yeah, not these people. Yeah, and these people are my friends, so I can call their names. Not Flimsy, who when I look on the internet is dominating college league. Flimsy is supposed to be coaching or mentoring some youths who are from some place who's supposed to be the main star.
I have been mentoring a lot of them.
Yeah, so people are still benefiting from basketball. We just need some people now who have benefited significantly to come back in the system and contribute to the system. And it doesn't take this big money that everybody keep on emphasizing. It doesn't take this big 21 million or 30 million. It doesn't take that. It takes us finding the people who are experts in their field, convincing them to come back to Jamaica and contribute somewhat to basketball. And I can tell you, Willie, I can bet you at the end of this conversation, you are going to find so many persons out there waiting for this interview to come true. Waiting. Because I am reviving basketball from my point, using my voice that I have used all this time. And I am encouraging people to come back in the system, come back to Jamaica, do what you can do to develop basketball in any shape or form that you can. You have some little youths when they have vast prep, when I love to play basketball, they don't know nobody. You have some youths at Mona prep, love to play basketball, they don't know nobody. You have some youths at Dunab in primary where me they go. Well, want to play basketball, they don't know nobody. Because why? The people that make it and them stay where they are. They need to come back and touch base with the people and see whatever small thing they can do to come back in. Andrea Burke to come and contribute. Andrea Burke when come and contribute. Yeah, we want the people come back. We want to find back the lady who Kimani mother, Miss Evans. We want to find back Miss Evans. Wherever Miss Evans there, somebody need to find Miss Evans through Kimani. Yeah? And get back Miss Evans a part of the team because Miss Evans get Kimani go foreign for play for Nebraska. She was an integral part in that transition there. She have the knowledge and the content to get the people where we want to get the people them to. Find back Miss Evans. Find back these people who were contributors then so that we can continue the program. Yeah? You have some youth that used to go Arden. They used to go Arden, like me personally, I know a youth named Dr. Stephen Henry. Him come to Jamaica often. When him come to Jamaica come do, him just touch base and pop back out. Stephen Henry is a big medical representative of University of Miami. Big timer, right? Big timer. Would I love to come back and share some of the Miami knowledge with the people, but nobody not going to come out because we need to get the team going. So Willie, that is my part, how Jamaica basketball will come back. We need people who benefit from it. Because what the young people want to see, the young people want to see people who have benefited from it. They want to see role model. They want to see people who them can touch base with and say, oh, okay, this guy named Kevin Young. Kevin Young in front of me, show me how to lay up or dunk a ball or pass a ball. That's what we need for sit back again. Kevin Young can say, I went through the walls of Arden. A coach like Spidey, they coach me and put them fundamentals in place so we can go foreign and do the thing.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
I have to check in. I'm supposed to be my day off, even my day at work right now, but I have to check in. And why I have to check in? I have to just big you up all your talk, positive and everything regarding the sport. And I have to come on publicly and say to even the viewers, this is what we need. We need persons to talk about life in the sport. There's too much dead talk when it comes on to basketball. The Abbey back and forth. No, you hear Cruiser come on board. From we are UK, I don't know what time it is over there now, but it's still have that love. Stumble statement. Yeah, before, but as I'm what I'm saying, definitely what I'm saying. But Cruiser, these are things I think more than likely majority of the guests that come on board sing and they talk about. You have the Ladana, you have the Melissa, you have the Jerome Jordan. We have so many persons who have come on set and speak life into the game and the sport. I don't know if it's because you have a different breeze or you experience things differently overseas, as you mentioned earlier in the interview. But the local personnel who are in Jamaica now, who is going through maybe this little turmoil when it comes on to basketball and want to see it lift, we have to change the mindset, we have to change the mentality. And Cruiser is saying so many things. We can start from the grassroots, come right up. We can start from NBL, and he's telling you,
we can do this. And trust me, it's full time and just have to jump on set and just big up yourself, Cruiser. Really like how you talk and push life into the sport. And not disagree. I know that it will be a lot of challenges when you mention about sponsorship. We know we are here. We know that the face still matter who's behind the money control. We know that person sponsors do talk. You mentioned that KFC sponsor certain things, digital sponsor certain things, but it then goes back to what them sell these sponsors. And if the sponsors hear about certain faces that will be around, we know that will be they will shift or try to find a way not to support. But then again, as I normally say, we just need job at whosoever in charge to sanction certain things, and you can get your independent sponsors and basketball still grow. So we don't have to look on it at one angle. We can still push our programs, still get sponsors on board, and still do what is needed to do. But definitely respect Cruiser. And Cruiser, before you go, I say Plymouth throw a question at you about your plans to giving back also. And we really want to make sure that we hold you accountable. We always try to hold our guests accountable. So whenever the interview squad make a phone call, we don't hear dial tone or busy signal and no more. Are you willing to come on board and come on to the development in whichever area? Because as I said before, you just give us the knowledge. Consultants still get a lot of money because knowledge is power. So are you willing to come on board and assist in any way?
Gary, I've been waiting to come on board. I've been waiting.
That's true.
Yes.
I've been waiting to come on board. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes,
you have my number now. Flimo have my number. Everybody have my number. But as I said, I am only going to operate on the basis that when I decide to invest my time, energy, knowledge, money, I see transparency, and I want to start with the little night majestic night league. That's where I want to start from. And I want a night league to be centered around students or pupils between 14 and 19 or 14 and 20. I want the young people to start getting some young opportunity. I don't want to look on my TV and see flimsy is starring college league. I don't want to see Barnes starring college league. Me and Barnes are the same age.
The night league, who be in charge of that? Martin?
Night league run through Martin and run through, what are you the name, Flimsy? That little young youth.
Couple of the young youth them.
Dever. But some info going around. I think as you mentioned, Mr. Porter is a part of that majestic movement. We are supposed to bring Mr. Porter on board, as you speak earlier, Urban Nights and their movements. So with that being said, we know that they have a good management team down there. We have Mr. Porter and Calvin Martin moving forward with those youths.
Yeah. So that is where I want to start from. Yeah. But where my main thing, Gary, is I have the ability to ignite people to move. That's my main contribution.
We know talking is a must.
Yeah. So I need, for example, my good friend Max, who is playing overseas near me here, Adrian, to come out. Yeah. When Max in Jamaica, Max they want nobody see him because of the system. Yeah, I want Max to come out and touch back base with the people. I want Ali Man to come out. Yeah,
definitely.
So I am doing my first part of it, Gary, which is igniting the people to come out. People who have benefited from basketball, who are overseas, living some sort of better life or some sort of life where you can contribute in any shape or form. Come back and contribute. Like my friend from Cedarville, Troy, used to go Calabar.
Yeah.
Troy from Val Percy. These guys, they're on the Instagram. They want something. You see them,
definitely.
They want something.
And with that being said, Cruiser, that's definitely no, because guess what happened now? Young players, the vision is not there. Why? They're not getting this info. You see what you're saying now, and that is one of the main reasons why we start this program, for persons to come and shed light to certain things that you might be in the dark and don't know anything about. A lot of these young players don't know about these opportunities that they talk about. You mentioned about overseas, the colleges have minority and also Caribbean program where they want persons to come up through the sports arena. But guess what? These things are not being said at training. The only thing is being said at training is to dribble the ball and go lay the ball and score something. There's no after. So when it come out to even the parents, having a discussion with the parents themselves don't know about these opportunities. So when you have the agent firms, as you mentioned, the persons come back and talk to these students, and not only the players, because we know mommy and daddy really run the household. Sometimes you can go around them and still touch the court. But if you win over the parents, win over the guardian, whoever is in charge, they will be more than likely to carry that child or that player to the court and watch them play and put in the hours that you mentioned. You play in the dark. I don't know Edith, I must uptown they live. Because you know when they get dark, they must say, yeah, they get up.
He was in between. He was in between.
I was in between. I was middle class. I was in between. So,
okay. Cool.
So I was in between, and I was faced by security every time or every week, everything. But I wasn't going to stop me because, again, I did believe that there are two ways in my household, in my mother's household, that you are going to make it. Two ways. One way, you're going to master something, or the second way, you're going to do it through education. Yeah? One of my difficulty was I was equally good at basketball in my mind as I was good at academics, just in my mind. Yeah? And when I reached 2007, I can talk about 2007, where Flimsy, me, Trevor, Ratty, couple of we go up to UTech, and we were training with Shelly Osborne, personal trainer, coordinate trainer, conditioning trainer. Shelly Osborne, really good coach. She's supposed to be a part of the national program in conditioning people based on my experience. So Shelly would train us 5 hours a day from 4:30 till 9:30, 5 days a week, and Saturday we go Hills. Saturday we go Hills, and then Sunday we train at JC in terms of basketball. That was a year when Panthers they go NBL finals and lose to Urbanize with a whole heap of drama with it. Yeah. And that was a year when I was in my best conditioning in Jamaica at the time. Yeah. Shelly Osborne, Willie, I remember somebody in the text said, what about the money? Shelly Osborne did it for free. Shelly Osborne
she had one goal.
She saw 4 young youths who wanted to do something different in them sport, and she did it for free. That lady gave us 5 hours every night for 1 year for free. So don't tell me say money and how people are gonna get paid money. Yeah? People, when people see something and people see certain things in a certain people, they are willing to give up their time to get people across to a certain point. Now, she gave up her time.
Cruiser, that's what I'm really saying.
I can tell you, I think she's running the Papine program right now. Yeah? And a couple of the jumpers and some of the sprinters and some they are coming out to Papine High School. Some of the national representatives are coming to Papine High School. The young girl who run 400 and the last jumper youth is from Papine High School through this girl program. Yeah? Initially, when she saw us, it's for free, she do it. So the point I'm trying to get across is once you have the right set of people in front of the right set of people, you will get the people to contribute and do what they want to do to develop the sport. So Gary, keep my word, mark my word. Anytime you need me to advertise basketball in Jamaica, I will definitely blow it up on my little Instagram, my little Facebook, my little WhatsApp, from my little
Medium. Tell them to subscribe, yes. Tell them to subscribe.
Yeah? Like and subscribe to the interview. I will do my part in my advertising. And when it comes on to the league down Majestic Garden, I am ready to contribute my sponsorship to the running of the league properly for the young people, not for the people who have benefited in an NBL and want a scholarship at 25 and 27. I am interested in the youths who are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 17, more so 16. Yeah, because we need to target that age group to get this movement. And then people like us need to wait the 5 years, the 6 years to see it manifest, because it won't manifest next week. It will manifest next year. It's going to manifest in the next 5 to 6, 7, 8 years. May I call up on people like Staples? Staples travel the world in a basketball.
always
Silver
contribute.
in program still. I'm
Him
contributing.
have a program and him always
Good.
a part of this movement.
Good.
All right, and with that being said, Cruiser, you mentioned that the importance that you want transparency, you want the right persons, and I'm just taking this opportunity to tell the person, the viewers, because I heard Goofy mention about jokers, and I responded and told him that jokers is all over the fraternity. You have joker players, you have joker coaches, you have joker admin. But what we need to do, if you're serious about it, the interview squad is definitely pushing development. So whenever we make the call out to meet to discuss something important, we want the right set of person, the serious persons come, the jokers can stay behind. Because you have persons just in it for what they can get from it. As you mentioned, Cruiser, Flim is supposed to be giving back at this point. Flim is supposed to be coaching. And next persons who is overseas and you accomplish something supposed to be giving back now. So it can't be a thing that you're only in it for yourself, and if you are not involved, you're not a part of it. So when you see a Rohan Cruiser who him didn't have to do this interview, but the mere fact that him passion and him love that him have, and still want to see Jamaica basketball grow. He's here with us and he's calling out as himself, and the interview start. I heard him mention say, oh, enough persons are gonna make contact cause make a talk the things them. So the Cruiser said you guys need to just put in the work, who can contribute, make contact with the interview squad if you're have a lot of groups that's questionable. Our background is very clean, and I'm telling you, you cannot send anybody who know the interview squad. We are about development, we are about movement, and we want to get the thing up and running.
We just
love the interview. I have to jump in, we lad. Then we have to go jump out. We love it.
Respect here, Cruiser. You talk about the Brazil camp. How long was that camp? Because we never
it was 4 days. 4 days.
4 days, and you come back with all that info.
Yeah, 4 days. It was 4 days. And as I tell you, Willie, it wasn't only basketball. It was about the idea of Brazil was about development. It was about not seeing basketball as a little opportunity just to play as a student athlete. It was basketball as a professional. It was preparing you for the professional world of basketball, to earn from basketball, not just to play for the love and the passion, but to earn in a way where you can make valuable contribution. I tell people all the time, it needs one good player. For example, the guy from Senegal, Pascal, who played for Toronto now. One person, Siakam, he made it through, and his one person who made it big went back and made a massive contribution to his home country. Yeah, to know Africa is the new place to recruit basketball people, because Siakam come with the skill, him come with the desire, him come with the discipline, but again, him come with the ability to contribute back to people. So again, I'll say it one more time. It come back down to when I was at Basketball Without Borders, it exposed me to the grand scheme of basketball, not just playing the sport that you love and enjoy and you want to master, but it taught me about the leadership aspect of it, the mental health aspect of it, the mental being of it. It taught me about teamwork, camaraderie. It even taught me to encourage you to go back and build something for yourself. And I can say, and I'll say it again, when I was at JC as a teacher, teaching mathematics, I built a football competition called Wembley Champions League. It's still on Facebook now, with one sponsor, Pure Water, and Michael Bernard, the chairman, turned over good amount of thousands to me and a guy called Logan Gale, and we run the program with clear transparency from start to finish, and it started a momentum into JC. Yeah, so that is what my little input is.
All right, Rohan, we hear that. I see the camp asks, is there a plan in place for the 12 and under national level? We can't answer that at the moment since we are not Jabba.
A part of.
But we'll definitely pass this question on to the right people, and hopefully we can answer that question. Cruiser, your lighting and different. I don't know. What age? Yes, I still know. What age were you when I met Senior? I just want to know. Like,
I was It was my 18th birthday on July 3rd.
Okay.
I was 17.
And you were playing for the national team at that age?
No, at that age, okay, so at that age, we were on a national junior team. But at that age, there was some cancellation with the tournament, and there were some things that went wrong with the CARICOM tournament. So again, at the time, Alfred Miki, because I only can talk about the faces that I saw, Alfred Miki organized a island tour. The island tour included all the top young players, and we were going from Kingston, Ochi, Mobile, Mandeville, Portland. Portland. So we go Portland. Barnes was on the team as well. So we go Portland, Ochi, Mandeville, Mobile, and we were on a team, and we were looking to see who were the other talents around the country to give them a feature as well in the national program. Because one of the things is that we were growing up, it was said that persons outside of the corporate era, Kingston and St. Andrew, they never get a chance yet. They never get a chance to be seen yet. Yeah, but I can detest to that, because again, Barnes was on that team, Horatio West was on that team, Wint was on that team. Some of the names off the top of my head. We go around the country. Yeah, I think Shooty was on the team too. We go around the country, and we go into little hotels, little motels, or some little motels. Yeah, no big time, no Pegasus or no Rio. Some little hotels. We go, we train, we play the teams, we train, we play the teams, and we go around in a circle like that. Yeah, and that is how the national program. But that year we were supposed to play Junior CARICOM, and then something go wrong with the tournament, or something go wrong with something, and then it never played. Yeah, and that was when I put a pressure on the management team of the high school who was structured job at the time, and I said, listen, man, there are things that happening outside of Jamaica. We need to get some things done. And Marlon Natty, who I can speak about because he was in my face at the time, he said to me, Cruz, there's a program that happened in Brazil. We want you to go on it, and we want you to represent Jamaica and come back with information so that we can expand on the information that we get from Brazil. And they picked me and they put me in the program. And I think, to be very honest, really, at the time, I think that season I didn't win MVP because Barnsley end up in some games. Barnsley end up do some little things. I don't even know. Barnes or me could have been MVP the year. I think they gave me the last year.
Barnes show some cheer on one court, me here.
Yeah, Barnes do some things. Barnes do some things. Yeah, I think Barnes do something like that. Probably show some cheer. Barnes do something, and that they kind of disqualify him from. But again, when I went and I told the people to go back to Jamaica and see, because there are people in Jamaica who can play basketball significantly better than me at the time. Yeah, and the following year, I know Kemar McLeish went the following year. I don't know what happened after that.
Who else went with you? Because I see JKM Billy.
McLeish that man.
McLeish? How are they?
McLeish, yeah.
Yeah, so McLeish should go after me, and then when McLeish go, McLeish can tell you the same program is the same intensity. And again, the thing was, to me, at a level of intensity that like jump ball and star search need to get to another level of intensity. But again, you can't ask people to run up and down in boiling sun if they're not getting proper nutrients. If you don't have proper water on the bench, proper Gatorade, proper meals, those are some basic things that need to be in place, because you can't ask young people to run up and down outside boiling sun. It's not the young. You see, one of the things that the world have to do again, Willie, the world have to switch with the young people as well. Sometimes when we listen to some of the programs, some of the people is like, yo, young people, them lazy, them not come out, them not this, them not that, them not Ray, them not Tay. But again, how are we connecting with the young people to get them to come out? That's what we need to look into as well. We need to find ways to connect with these young people to get them to come out. See, that Adrian Falls went to Puerto Rico. Yeah? So all of who went to the Brazil for borders turn out to become, and McLeish go Argentina, turn out to become some big national player. Yeah? Yeah. One of the stories I have to speak about before I go, Willie, is I want to speak about Toots, Javon Bailey. Yeah? And
I was going to get well, I'm free go.
The management of Javon Bailey, yeah, I have to speak about that as well, because Javon Bailey should be playing basketball professionally overseas without have to go through a college system. Yeah, I can speak about all them type of things there. Javon Bailey, not now because in time run out, should have been playing basketball overseas without ever have to be going through the college system. And that's what I also learned when I went to Brazil, that the college system was just one way to get to professional basketball. Yeah, in Jamaica, that was projected almost as the only way forward. So if you never get a scholarship, boy, you kind of dark. Yeah, or you don't have a chance. But that is not the ultimate case. Yeah, because people have skipped the college route and have gone overseas to play overseas. So basketball without borders, going back to what you were saying, Willie, is one of the programs that Jamaica should continuously get some of these young people with talent into the program. Not at 17 like myself or 17 like McLeish. Get them in at 15 and 16 and 14 because that's what the other countries are doing. We have to start do what the other countries are doing who are competing at the highest level if we want to produce the best product. Yeah, but we can't just do it on one person success. We have to find a group of people, really talented young people, get them into some track and field program, to some track and field training thing, yeah, and get them across the seas. Yeah, so for example, the twist on the screen says, I watch AAU basketball. It's an African team in Houston that consists of players who live in and play in Africa. They come and dominate last summer. Many of them got scholarship. Imagine a Jamaica team. And that's what I'm saying. So we now supposed to get a position where we can enter AAU team into these tournaments and get these things going. Because Willie, this is what the people are doing. This is what the other countries are doing. For example, one more thing I want to mention about the national program. Come here for that national program too. Yeah, with the national program. I'm gonna turn on my light.
Yeah, man, do your thing, man.
I'm turn on my light.
And Cruiser play Division 1 or NBL when you're 14. That's good.
When I'm 14, I play for Urban Knights and I'm 14. Yeah, facts. You can check the support and check Martin. Martin, you know, on the side them time there as well. And the national program, yeah. When I went to Brazil, and there's another story I want to give again. There's a youth from Anguilla, a youth from Barbados, a youth from Bahamas, and a youth from Belize. Yeah. 4 of us were the main 4 persons from the Caribbean. And when I went back to Jamaica and I saw the team get accumulated, they put together the team for the national program. And they brought all the overseas, top overseas players. Thank God for international players, yes, and bring them down and then come. Yeah. What I saw, which was very weird, I saw the same guys who went to Brazil with me playing on their national team for their country. Yeah. And in Jamaica, Craig Butler said this as well. There's a stigma in Jamaica or a belief in Jamaica that you have to be experienced upon certain levels to play on a national team. So what do I mean by that? It means as a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old in Jamaica, playing in Jamaica, you don't have a chance to make the national senior team. You don't have a chance. Similar to when Leon Bailey was told that at 17, he was too young to play the national team. He must go and play on the under-19 national team. When Leon Bailey at the time was playing football in Belgium at the top level.
Never make no sense.
You get me? I said? When Raheem Sterling was playing at the top level at 16 and 17. Yeah, we're telling our players that, oh, wait until you're 26, wait until you're 27, wait until you're 28 or 30 before you can get a chance to get a national team.
You can make the national team.
Yeah? Vivian played for Antigua and Barbuda. We were in the same program at Brazil. And when I came back to Jamaica, yeah, and I say all of these things, people say, boy, Cruz, you have to wait your turn. You have to wait in the line. Then the story come and say, Cruz, you have to get scholarship first before you can play for the national team. Yeah? Then I say, okay, all right, fine. We'll go UE. Yeah, we win every league at UE. Every league in UE. Every league we won that year UE. Yeah? And we never get a national call. We never get a national feature. Yeah? I'm saying, all right, fine. Nothing wrong with that. And I turned to Javon Bailey. Yeah? And I said, Javon Bailey, do me a favor. You have talent, you have skill, you have in a similar position like me. Yeah? Ensure that you do what you have to do to secure yourself financially in basketball and outside basketball. Because again, in basketball in Jamaica, it's a hierarchy system where you have to wait out your turn to get your shot. Yeah? And when you get your shot, you get a little one run, you're on national side, you're overseas, you're a locally based player, you play like a 5 minutes of garbage time, and you go back on the bench and sit down. Yeah? Those little things have to change. I'm glad Jerome joined the company program yesterday and bring some light the last time because it's the same thing in England, Willie. You cannot play on an England team. It only allows 2 overseas players. 1 overseas American and 1 overseas other person. Yeah? This is what it requires. The people overseas are securing their talent and they don't want to allow other people to come in. So just like what Jerome Jordan said, in Spain, the bulk of the people who play on the roster must be from Spain. This is what is happening in other countries. So again, when national team pick, me personally believe a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, a college youth who in a first year supposed to depend on the team and lead out the team and all them little something. That's what I personally think. Yeah. Now I don't know what is happening now. I don't know, but what I know is what I saw with my own 2 eyes, people my age at that time, at that level, were getting certain exposure in their own program at home. Yeah. So even when I went to UN, I played inter-campus game. And when I played inter-campus game in 2007, the same youth I saw at Brazil, he was on that same little inter-campus team. He was a big star in the team. And I said, yo, why you never? He said, boy, Cruz, he might look for go beyond the route of scholarship because he want to go straight into Europe. That's the next thing we want to talk about. Yeah, that when we in Jamaica, the only avenue through basketball to make money. I'm not talking about playing and having fun. I'm talking about earning from basketball and can pay rent and pay mortgage and pay bills them is going to the NBA route. When there's so many other routes out there that you can have a substantial living and contribute and come back and support the development of the sport. So these are some of the things I want the young people out there to understand, that basketball have different avenues that you can take to be successful in basketball. You have the playing aspect, you have the administration aspect, you have the development aspect, you have the US aspect, you have the overseas aspect, so you have different aspects. So that I can, when I'm speaking, you see why I'm speaking like this, Willie, is because I felt like in my generation, once you get a scholarship, you weren't good enough. Yeah?
It done.
In my generation, I feel like if you
done.
don't get a scholarship, you weren't good enough. So once you get a scholarship, you're branded as a little local player, and you're not good enough. And I'm telling you, I'm in UK now. I play in a little league, and when the people are like, yo, which college you go? Which West country you go? Which this you go? Which that you go? Yeah, and I'm like, no, Fat Cruiser, Fat Jordan, no go no college overseas, no go no nothing. Just the Jamaica teaching and the Jamaica coaching when we can still compete at this age, which we're supposed to know I pass on to the next generation. So this is what I want to say, yeah? But I believe before we go into national, NBL, all of these things, we have to start back from Milo under 14. Yeah? Who is sponsoring under 14 in Jamaica now? I don't know. But in my time, it was Milo. Yeah? And Milo was a big sponsor of under 14. Who is sponsoring under 16 in Jamaica right now? I don't know. But it was KFC. Because with KFC, we had the big circle of the jersey, one big bucket of the circle of the jersey. KFC take up. One big circle.
Yes.
Yeah? One big bucket in the middle of the jersey. Because KFC did a sponsor the tournament. Or sponsor the league. So again, this is what I think.
Yeah, we have a question from the camp. Rohan Cruz, what advice do you have for players who felt like they can compete with and against anyone but still being overlooked by national selectors?
My advice, get a visa. Get a visa and fly out. and go and compare yourself to somebody overseas, and you will recognize that you have the ability to do it. Get a visa. Find an auntie or uncle in the US and get a visa. Yeah? Go spend a summer with them, and then you will see that you have the ability to surpass national, to surpass NBL, and surpass these things and go and play professionally if this is how you want to earn a living. So that is my advice when it comes on to that.
And Trevor, Ratty have some issues because him dep on the road basically, internet in and out. All right, so that's
Yeah,
why.
so probably forget about Ratty another time then. Team.
Yeah, and Ricky, Gunsmoke. I'm curious to find out who tell you say you'd have to wait your turn.
Who tell me that?
Yeah,
Administrators.
Him not gonna call the name. Him not call name. Him not gonna call the name.
No, when I say my thing is not to stay in the negative, you know.
Yes.
But we know who is the administrator of the national program. Yeah.
You know that already.
We know who run the program. We know who coach the teams. Yeah. We know who is you have to wait your turn. You have to wait your turn, and that was said to me.
Just
that
like everybody.
What happened to SDC? Can any of us answer that, Barnes, Flimo,
Well,
Barnes
STC
can't
was
answer that
illegal
on
to
the
play.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
one.
STC. STC sponsor my team right now still. So I don't know if them have the league again. They're not in the league again. But STC are part of my team sponsor.
Well, I don't know what happened to it, but I know that STC was very good for basketball back in.
It was a good community league.
Good community league. You got to different communities, and it make me meet a lot of players from Pepe to even I never play against Cruiser, but like Pepe and them on there.
No, man, it ain't gonna play against
What I said to the team, Rohan Cruz is a pleasure. I swear, it's a pleasure. But we put it on that team, because we mentioned the next court, the court general, Javan Bailey, and people have it comparison to you and Javan Bailey. So in your prime, over the years, your prime and Javan Bailey, because I think
I can tell you, a lot of people misinterpret my relation with Javan Bailey. They misinterpret it. And Javan Bailey can tell you one of my motivating factors to go Urban Nights, to go UTech and these places. I was trying to let this youth know, say, yo, you have 2 years ahead of me. Yeah, you have the ability to make this thing happen for you. And if you ask him, he can say it anytime. As much as I competed against everybody who I competed against, when I saw true talent in people, I always get facts and dues where facts and dues do forget. I always give ratings where ratings do. Wow. I can even let me give a true story. When I was at UTech doing my master's in education, yeah, I was playing with Toots, and Toots was on the team with Michael them and not Michael Jackson, the young Michael, who and Ting from Jago.
Yeah, from
the young youth, yeah? And Bobby Pollack was coaching the side at the time, yeah. And Bobby Pollack said, Cruz, more you get the starting lineup A, B, and C. I said, Bobby Pollack, no. More Toots start and Michael start and whoever start. And me will come off of the bench because at that time, the energy in my body will come off of the bench and my skills was better than the second team unit of any team. So when I come off the bench, I could have contribute more off the bench than if I started because of my energy in my body. Yeah? And Toots go do him thing and support. Yeah, I'm gonna go Urban Nights. At the time, Toots in prime, again, young prime, 21, 22, and people I said, boy, Cruz, how you, Fernando, Toots, all of it existing in the one team. And I said, no, we are push Toots, because Toots have a chance for boss, Fernando, the floor general, me, I come run the team as my little part of my little leadership and do my little contribution away there. Yeah. And yeah, I was really hoping that Toots would have been one of them story there where he break through the system and break through without going the traditional route, but yet still could have make it overseas to earn from basketball because I'm talent. Listen, Willie, one of the things I want to say in this program, there's a difference between playing basketball for fun and playing basketball to earn from basketball. And the young people need to understand that there's a difference. The difference is just play basketball for a high school team or play basketball with a hope to be recognized. It's a difference, yeah? When you want to earn from basketball, it's a different mentality, it's a different mindset. Yeah?
Different
And
level.
Jamaica has the fundamental things in place to put people in position for fly out and thing there to earn from basketball. It is possible and people have done it and people are doing it. Yeah? For me personally, when I reached 23 and I said to myself, okay, I have my first degree, if I get a job there now, can I earn from basketball? When I look in basketball, I see Urban Knights, I pay your shoes and jersey. I see Tivoli, I give you a little $4 grand stipend. I see Slayers, I give you a little stipend. I see Braves, I give you some nice bully beef and some nice
And
juice.
bread.
And Miss B used to make bully beef and bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, those are
And
days.
Miss B used to make some nice bully beef and some nice juice for your evening time. And I said to myself, how can I earn from basketball? Yeah. And to earn from basketball, I decided to become a coach at JC whilst I pursue my academics. And then we decided to, okay, I want to take my academics to the next level because basketball carried me to this point. So I need to use my next skill, which is my ability to teach maths and communicate maths. And decide to go and come and express my talents. Now I'm in Jamaica and working as a teacher doesn't pay. Yeah. And I tell people all the time, don't start with the pay. Don't start with the money. Start with the passion and the foundation and the knowledge and the content. I was at JC working teacher salary 5 years. For 5 years. And I cuss and I carry on and I complain. And it was that 5 year training that has made me accelerate in the UK in four levels in 5 years. So I accelerated 4 levels in 5 years, not because of what I learned at the UK or when I went to the Cambridge University and got my postgraduate something. Not because of that. It was because of the fundamental principles I learned in Jamaica through JC, through the system of UE, through these things. So we have the grassroots things. It's just now to put it together in the end so we can start earn from what we are doing. That's my
Facts.
thing. National program must be used to expose the talent in Jamaica so people can spot them overseas, just like how Brazil do it, just like how Argentina do it. Neymar never going to US college. Neymar never going to academy. Neymar get exposed to Brazil national team. When did Neymar play for national team? Brazil, 17 and 18. Who will arrange them time there? All of the top Brazilians were ahead of him. The big names were ahead of him. The Robinho, the Romario, all of them were ahead of him. The big names. But what Brazil national team do? Put Neymar forward. Who end up the furthest with all the Brazilian them? Neymar. Because again, I saw the thing work. I saw the thing work overseas. I saw the thing work internationally. National program supposed to use to find the talent in Jamaica to get an exposure on a level if they might get through for them scholarship. Because once you get them scholarship, you are exposed at that level. Once you get a scholarship, you get the exposure where you need. And you know if you apply your skill and apply your trade and all these things. Yeah?
Yo, this is for the crew still. The camp. He's asking how good was Rohan Cruz.
Let me answer this thing.
But you want answer it first?
Yeah. Yeah, man. If you can't play and you go for a layup, you want the ball will come straight in your chest. No matter if you can't play and you catch it and lay it up same way. That's how good Rohan Cruz make you be, and that's how good him be. Because he might make you look good. No matter if you can't play basketball and myself in my own eyes.
Alright, Flimo.
Tell you the truth, one of the best point guard me ever played in my life. May I tell you that? You see me? Cruz make you have that extra love there for the game. That's how good him is. As a matter of fact, that's how great him is. You see me? Not just through basketball, off the court, Cruz is a different dimension by himself. You see me? Elevator right through no matter what. You see me? That's how great him is.
Cruiser was a trash talker. See, Me not play upon him side much, cause me usually want for Peter youth because him. If you not play upon him side, brother, yo, he might go get in.
You lose.
Yeah,
You lose.
he might get in your head with him trash talking, and that's how good he is because it's not even him skills, brother.
Yeah.
The trash talking usually piss me off. Usually like win part of the game for him already. So he was good. He was good. To answer that question, the camp.
You lose.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have him on the
man.
program,
And
sir.
big up
If you don't learn nothing today, you learn something
before the
when
day
the
done.
Rohan crew is done.
Yeah, like see a good
Rohan
person we
crew.
can talk about you again. So Obino, right? Used to go Calabar. If I remember serve me right. Obino used to live round the road from we. A little court round the road from Mullines
Right at
Court.
gate.
Yeah, right at
Right
Obino
at
gate. And with even Obino, we used to go around Obino yard, find Obino friend them, and rub out Obino friend them. Till Obino used to bring him friend them and come round my side and say, listen, we are turning this thing into a serious thing because you and your little say,
rivalry.
now come round my place, come run up yourself, run up your mouth on my little section. And it not turn into so like for example, that was another thing again when we used to respect. We used to respect that we used to go around and find where basketball was happening and we want to be a part of that because I could have stayed at Calvary and played at Calvary all of my life. Yeah? But we play at Calvary, we play at Tower Hill, we play at Pembroke Hall, we play at Grand Spen, we play at one time every Friday night, me and Flimo I dump up everything up at UE because UE became our spot. Then another time, me and Flimo and Trevor dump up everything up at UTech because UTech became the spot. Then another time, we end up over UE Bowl because UE Bowl became the spot. Then me hear say ball play a nice down at George's for Saturday morning. Me not believe in a sun at ball, but we are go down, they go dump up Rohan and Dufton and Bobby and all the people there. Because
the whole of the Skittles squad.
Basketball nice for a Saturday at George's. So we're going to George's. Then after we go down at George's, we're going to Excelsior Sunday, go rub out Rohan and Rohan skills team and then we left there so Plymouth left there so we're gonna eat some food and then touch down in a Grand Spen and turn up in a Grand Spen and left Grand Spen, go down in a Pembroke Hall and rub out Michael and Wilby at Pembroke Hall with the super team with super friends down at Pembroke Hall, isn't it? So this was one of the things that we used to do. Anyway, the basketball I play in Jamaica went at. And that's how we want to find it. One time we used to play basketball every Thursday down at Arden when Spidey are around Constant Springs and then big time team there.
But Cruz, as a Lenky says still, you know, you take it for a playground, you know, at Harborview playground, you know.
One time, Willie.
When Harborview reach, you take, you know, problem.
Hold on. Willie, one time we went to Harborview the best ball and Harborview the best this. We go down to Harborview. Harborview. When we hear the trailer and my body down there, Oliphant down there, Park Oliphant down there. We go down in Harborview, go see what Harborview, go dump up Soji and Terry and all them people there. Yeah, so anyway there, we're gonna look it. Anyway there, we're gonna look it. And these are some of the things
we do a standpipe.
That will pass on to the young people. One time standpipe with Taffy around the place. I will go look for Taffy, go dump up Taffy and standpipe nice. Then one time at the Chinese place around the place. I'm gonna forget Lascelles and me and Flimsy and Lascelles. Go dump up down at the Chinese place.
Cruz, now yes, Puppy and Guy 876 usually run you in them.
No, Guy and Puppy, no. When we come with Flimsy up a Chancellor on a Friday night, them say it's disadvantage to them. So, like I'm a friend Guy, and I like Guy, and the Guy is a good little competitor as well. Puppy is another good competitor. But Puppy them know in the 2007 year, Naira and them put on a cheer and tree on the court around the Chancellor there. A cheer and tree competition. Yeah? I dump up down that. And me and Flimmer bus beer, champagne and Guinness and dash on the court. Peanut Wally and Puppy and Guy and Naira and they want to fight me because me even drink the liquor because me are flimsy and Jabbalani and floss it out. Yeah. So anyway, then we used to go look feet.
Big fight record.
We used to go look feet. You know, these are some of the things that young people need to know. That don't wait on the opportunity to come to you. You have to go and seek it out and go and put yourself in a position to make it happen.
Big up Martin. Martin just joined him late.
Martin just late. Oh, madman crew. Yeah, man. We know you ever late. You ever late, Martin.
But team,
but a fact though, Willie. Nah, like with the all over.
Yeah,
we move from the CRV to the Turkle machine to all heap of thing with
give me a second the film. Give me a second the film. I'm going to leave anyway. Rohan Cruz, you know, you're my brother, you're my family, you're one of my best teammates ever play with and him stuff there. So me personally happy to say your company interview, you give your 2 cents of everything. You talk about from developing and to the league, to management, everything you talk about. I respect that. I'm gonna tell you, keep on doing the good work we are doing, even teaching the kids them in the UK. You get me? And as I say, give back to basketball in Jamaica is big time. So happy for them thing there. Bless up. I'm out because I have another engagement. So I have a
all right,
bless
up. So a word, man.
All right, Barnes. Willie, me take about 5 more questions. 5 more questions.
There's not a lot of questions coming in. Them just
no more questions.
Great, yeah, because only this I see from the camera, but it's for us really, because they want to see Calvin Martin, but he might hide from the camera. The only thing we have is that Abina say you never dump him up. You don't know what you talk about. You see me?
You see, that's
and then I say Goofy, I say never dump up you and then so I don't know who I tell the truth. I don't know what go on around here so crew.
Yeah, let's make them know to them for like and subscribe, yeah, bro.
Listen, Willie, Goofy, Kirk Stewart, Goofy was an integral part of my development in basketball in Jamaica. Integral part when it come on to me as a point guard in terms of video record, shooting form, video record, certain little things.
Yeah.
Show me certain little things as a point guard and thing. Goofy was an integral part of that, yeah? And Goofy can tell you on a Sunday at UNN, it was a problem when Rohan Cruz grew up to size. It was a problem, yeah? A real problem. Yeah, Obina can tell you when we grew up to size, it was a real problem. When we were smaller, a lot of people used to take a little advantage of me. When we grew up to size, when we reached 16 and 17, I was a force to reckon with every quarter we go, especially when we start joining forces with Flimsy, and me have the all person there to accessorize my game. Once we come off of the pick and roll, it was a problem.
Puerto Rico.
It was a problem. It was a lot of problem for people. But Kingston 20, to this day, with me, based on my experience, produce some of the most consistent ballers who make it on a certain level. Yeah, and I can't forget, I have to call out people like Elmo, because Elmo are them people who we see, Daryl Barrett, who we see, make things happen at a younger age. Yeah, so a lot of games they play up at UNN, and as I say, when it came on to my level, when I played against my age group, a havoc. People couldn't manage that. My age group couldn't manage the opportunity when the experience of me coming, because I used to get beat up by the people ahead of me, but when it came on to the time to play against my peers,
yeah,
you have to find ways to hurt me, to stop me.
All right, we have one more question here. So what's next for Rohan Cruz in terms of Jamaica basketball?
I am going to work through Flimsy, to work through Devo, to work through that little program there in our Majestic Garden Night League. I want to start by that little league there and get the league there going again. And then from that, we see how well we can build a little league there. And from that, we see how well we can expand it from that.
I move forward. All right, one more and then we have to make. Well, we have one more after this. Cruiser, what would you tell a 14 or 16-year-old who have a chance to go away?
Get your 5 CXC. Firstly, get your 5 CXC. Yeah, make sure you have maths and English as a part of it. Make sure you have a valid passport and a valid birth certificate. Yeah. Secondly, make sure that you look around. Yeah. Look around and see what opportunities are there. Next one, the people who have done it, try to get in contact with these people. They have done it, so they have the experience. Yeah. The next important thing that you need to do, get a visa. Because if you can see basketball outside of Jamaica, you'll recognize that your talent is superb and you can compete with these people outside of Jamaica. Yeah, I think that's one of the issues I think young people have, is that because we feel like we're on an island, or like an island, or like a dot, or like a so-called dot, as people call it, our talents are minimal. It's not minimal. We can compete with any and everybody outside the island. So get your subjects, get your subjects, get your subjects, get your little subjects where you need. Get I said I was gonna speak about it. There's a lady by the name of Nicole Campbell, Assassin's wife, who's doing a little program where she's developing students who are excelling academically, and she put a little program together and get them overseas to go Yale and Harvard and these big name colleges. Yeah, just get an idea of what she's doing, and put your little program together, your little package together, so you can send it to your college where you have interest in her, and the people will get the information to you. Pinpoint where you want to go as a young person, and then you say, okay, all right, I want to go on Division 1 school or Division 2 school, Division 3 school. Pinpoint, go on the people and website, look on them grant, look on them scholarship. There's always a minority scholarship out there. There's always a Caribbean country scholarship out there. There's always them call it a third world scholarship out there. There's always a scholarship out there. Even if I'm not basketball related and academic, find a way to get to the next step. That is my advice.
Well, that one for you, Mr. Rohan Cruz. What do you think we can do to help educate persons to better articulate and market themselves to bring sponsors to the game?
First of all, we need to get the people who are in that field. So we need to get the people who are in the marketing field, who have done it before, who have secured sponsorship before, who have closed deals before, and they will have a little intern program. So have a little program that's running that is helping young people in a marketing field, not only waiting until them reach a UA or UTech or UCC before them really get the marketing skills. Marketing skills can teach from as early as high school. Yeah. So a part of the camps where Remiki them and Natty them and Martin them are run, a part of the camp must be something to do with marketing, advertising, a part of the program, not just come teach raw basketball skills again. We're talking about developing a holistic being. So talk about marketing, talk about
media training too.
Yeah, all of them things are part of the program, because what's going to happen, really, is one of these young people we are talking about now, and them are going to come 20 years from now for run basketball, and them are going to come to do what we want to see happen. So therefore, we have to prepare them from now. We can't wait until UTech and UA decide to take them in for them to do a master's program in marketing before the first time they hear about marketing. Yeah? So that's my answer to that one.
All right.
Talk a little internship program.
I said Basil Barrett asking who was your first coach, if it was him or so, I don't know.
My first coach officially was my uncle, yeah. But when it comes to basketball, Spidey was in the early development phase. Donald Bimmer was in the early development phase. Jason James was in the early development phase. Those were the three main persons I used to interact a lot with when it came on to the early phase. Spidey, they take me on for them Saturday program where me used to tell the people them say me are 13 or 11 or 12 for playing in the big league. But at them time I was like 9 or 7 or 8. But Spidey, yeah, Spidey have whole heap of teams, Spidey have like an A team, an A, B team, and an AC team. So Spidey have whole heap of teams at the young level. We should tell Spidey, just tell the people them say me 11 or 12, I'm in a first farm, and get me on one of them Saturday runs, yeah. I used to get on one of the Saturday runs like that. So those are the persons. Yeah. So Donald Bimmer, was my under 14 coach, and Jason James lived in my complex in my scheme, who went through a whole heap of little basketball drills and dribbling drills and those type of things. So those were integral coaches in it. Goofy was also another integral coach in my thing. And when we got Urban Knights, Calvin Martin, he played a decent role in my thing. But may have a whole heap of growth with Calvin Martin because of how the junior national team they run. I think Calvin Martin never execute properly when he come onto the national program. You remember the finals at Michael Wilmers when you throw the ball in the stands to Cuss Barnes. Yeah. So in that finals now, I won't forget it because in that finals at Wilmers, after me carry Barnes for the whole year. Yeah. Barnes, I give me beer problem on the court. And I said, Barnes, we need you now. And Barnes have a bag of foul of the game as well. That game, I was cramping heavily as well. And I'm like, yo, Barnes, we need you on the court right now. And Barnes out of the game because of foul trouble and because of something. But then Barnes ended up coming back into the game, down in the part of the game, and kind of finish it out and give it like a championship there. Yeah, so Calvin Martin, you know, and I can say it, I'm glad he's on the program too. I never settle for mediocrity ever when I'm there. Yeah, I never settle mediocrity. I never settle for that anywhere I'm there. So when I'm in the national junior program, Calvin Martin can't just come with source of water put on the bench. You have to come with water and Gatorade and them something because we're a national team now, we're a national representative now. He couldn't come with the water and the source of water and ice, and that was acceptable. So Calvin Martin said me always believe say when you're national, certain little things supposed to run a little bit different. You're supposed to come with the same white shirt and black shorts. You're supposed to have national reversible jersey. Yeah, I'm supposed to show say, yo, I'm a national now. I'm not like a little normal.
Really down the thing.
Yeah. So
Closer. Yo, you're the boss, brother. I swear, man. Yo, thanks.
It was a great interview, brother. Nah, I swear. We're glad to reach out to you and get you on the program. Because no, he's a man, you know, hold back when you're talking, you say what you say and it's done, whether people like it or not.
Martin, I played national junior, but the tournament never played because of some drama. And if you remember, and I don't need to fabricate anything, Martin, every Saturday, I used to run the program. I used to have argument every Saturday morning. When you come to the national program, with not even igloo on the bench. Let us talk about that. Yeah, so Martin, please, you know, when are you and Remy and Natty put me on Star Jamaica, Smile Jamaica, I'm there on Smile Jamaica, dribble ball through my leg. And all these things happened at 16 and 17. So I was on Smile Jamaica showing Simon Crossgill and the next one how to dribble basketball through my legs and all these things. I went to the program as a junior national representative. So I didn't play in a tournament in Barbados or Brazil or Bermuda or one of these places because the program stopped at the time.
Where was that? In fact, he was good enough
to be my coach at juniors.
Oh, but Martin, as I say, and I was a young advocate for young people and young people for the national, and I'm happy that Remy then they organized the Caribbean, the Jamaica tour, so that we did get a chance to see the talent around the country and what was out there. What national team you're referring to, Cruiser? Martin won 97-99, finished third. No, Obino, them days are them 97-99. I mean a first farm and third farm. Yeah. So I talk about when me na 2000 and what that now? We can't remember the date.
2003.
2002. Obino, 2002. When me na fifth farm at JC. 2002.
Yo, I forgot to bring Martin. Yeah, man. Him know too much. Him know people business. And he don't want to show himself on the camera. I don't know what's going on with that, man. You know, I forgot to bring Martin. The people them want to hear some stories from you because you've been around since 90.
Yeah, man. The fabricated story.
Yeah, man. What year? Okay. I didn't coach 2000, whatever. Cruiser. It was we got to 3 hours and we now go recess, so you know.
Yeah,
so,
we stop now.
I tell you, thanks. And thanks to everybody we're tuning in and stayed in, because yo, this has been the longest show so far. And a cruiser load tell you the man. Yeah, man. You're going good. So fans, viewers, thanks for tuning in. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as the cruiser, watch cruiser push it out and him a call for come back and help Jamaica basketball. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Cruiser.
Like, share, and subscribe. Rohan Cruz.